Kitty Clash, and today I am very excited to play 60 Seconds Reatomized. So I found out about this game because InSim streamed it, so I watched him play it a great deal, and that made me think, okay, I really am interested in playing this myself. And then I saw, like, in the last 10 minutes or so of the Steam spring sale, I saw that the 60 Seconds Reatomized was on discount. So I ended up being like, okay, you know what? This is this is the sign that, okay, I should play this. I should just go ahead and buy this to play it myself, because it was so much fun when InSim played this, and I'm like, okay, I really want to play this too. Just as an FYI, I have, I think, muted the music because I didn't want to run into any copyright issues. So, oh, what if I click here? Maybe I should do the tutorial to make sure I actually know what the movement keys and stuff are. Learn all about how to scavenge and survive in the event of a nuclear apocalypse. This tutorial is 100% approved by the establishment. Okay. Oh. Oh gosh, this doesn't have motion blur? Sorry. Hold the grab control to skip my words. How do I pick things up? What do I do? Okay, the next yellow X? I don't see it. Oh, it's all the way over here in the living room? What do you mean there's more where that came from? Okay, so anytime that I shift tab to go check to see if there's any Twitch chat, that means that it takes me out of the game. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, where is Timmy? Oh, this is Timmy, I think. Oh, he's coloring. Now what do I do? Okay. Can we pick her up? Where's the highlighted soup can? Oh wait, I think I see something through the walls. Okay, so it's basically left mouse. Now what do I do? Her music is really annoying. Her music is really annoying. Mary Jane's music is annoying. Okay. Water bottle. Okay, so it's over here. Oh, the gas mask. That's the gas mask, I think. Okay. Now what do I do? I'm at the hatch, though. Okay. Okay, there's a good chance they will survive this fall. Okay. What do I do now? Okay, so we got food, water, and Timmy. Now what? Okay, here's the radio. News from the radioactive outside world? Okay, now what do I do? Okay. Why Why isn't it letting me do anything yet? Okay. What do you mean there's no room for the gun? Okay, let's bring the wife real quick. I'm gonna go grab that gas mask from all the way down here. Let's just jump in here. Because we're gonna die otherwise. Right? Did I live? Did I live? Okay. I need to figure out, I'm not gonna bother with that right now, but I need to figure out if there's a way to like make Twitch chat appear on top of the game so I don't have to like shift tab all the time. Because I don't have like a dual monitor or whatever that some people do. Okay. Day 1. I don't think we got very much stuff. We only have like 3 soup, we have 4 water, we do have the gas mask, the med kit, and the rifle, and the radio, and the suitcase, but I think we're missing a lot. Day 1, you made it to the shelter, congratulations, but the real drill's not over yet. You'll end up here with whatever and whoever you brought with you. Nothing else! You'll need to make the most of it. The next few days will teach you how to survive down here while the world outside burns. Explore and interact with your surroundings. You can always find out useful things about your shelter and its inhabitants when your survival journal is not opened yet or hidden. First things first, we must ration food and water. If you don't wine and dine yourself and the folks you've brought with you, you can bet your bottom dollar none of you will ever see the light of day again. As long as you have food and water available, ration it out to a given person by selecting the picture of a can or bottle under their portrait, or instantly ration out both by clicking on the character's image. Of course, you might save your supplies for later, but a normal person can only survive 4 days without water. Okay, as to food, the longer you deny your people rations, the weaker they will get and might eventually get sick. Even if you manage to cure them, it will take you quite a few cans and a lot of time to replenish their strength. Okay. I don't think they need any of this yet. Day 1. Since this is your first day down here, you'll need to get used to your surroundings. Believe me, ventilation hum can drive anyone nuts if you don't occupy yourself with something to do. Yeah, if you have nothing to occupy your brain, you're gonna... It's not good. Get some decent rest and we'll carry on tomorrow. Nighty-night. Okay. Day 2. Ted looks tired. Like his stare just looks like he's out of it. Day 2. Good morning, survivalists. Hope you slept well. Bed's comfy enough? No? Well, better get used to it since you'll be staying here for a while. We'll start today's activities with rationing since you need to do it every day, but after that we will move on to something else. Got your attention? Good. Now listen, there's a risk you will run out of supplies eventually. Everything can be useful, but food and water are critical to your survival. If they're gone, you will be gone sooner than you can say corn dog. So sometimes you will need to send people to the surface to bring in more supplies. You do this by preparing an expedition a day before it actually departs. Be careful though, tired survivors can never be a part of an expedition. Today, we will skip preparations and jump directly into sending someone brave outside. This morning has been calm enough for Ted and he's doing well. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we are going through, Timmy is being very brave. We don't say anything about being hungry. Okay, so sending people out into the wasteland is no walk in the park. Do it too early or without a gas mask, then you can bet it's a suicide mission for them. Send healthy and well-fed people. Sick, hurt, or crazed people are more likely to perish out there. Okay. You can send one person at a time. Let's give it a try. This time you'll need to send someone out, but if you ever want to skip a trip to the surface, don't select anyone. Who should go outside? Let's send Ted. Shouldn't I have given him a gas mask? This is a drill, so your explorer will come back after a little while. But in an event of a real apocalypse, they might be gone for a couple of days. In the meantime, you'll be faced with other problems that'll test you to the limits. I'm talking about making decisions that can break even the best of men's moral spine. We'll see what clay you're made of, but first, ration your food and water. We don't want anyone starving now, do we? Chad left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Dolores can't remain thirsty. They said they can go 4 days, right? We're on day 3. Now you're only thirsty. I mean, in real life, I'm pretty sure that if you're thirsty, like the survival skills that I remember learning from some acting worksheet, that's probably the worst place to learn survival skills, was basically that you're supposed to drink water as soon as you think you need it. But no, we're just gonna let them go thirsty for 1 day, because I think Insym let them get to dehydrated before giving them anything to drink. If I remember correctly, he might have even let them go 1 day on dehydrated. I'm an army man, so I don't know a second thing about imagination, but you could probably use yours now. Picture this scenario. You come across your kids' hamster, who in some bizarre way found its way to the shelter. The kids are obviously going to love it, and so will you. There's nothing better than food that comes to you on its own. Now, no, I'm not gonna cook the pet! No! I mean, I know that in some cultures people do eat hamsters, but if it's someone's pet, no, I'm not eating the frickin' pet. No, that is not okay. Good choice. The little furry guy can stay and fatten. What? Fatten up. It'll make a bigger meal in a few days, and maybe your only source of food if you run out of cans? Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Timmy's in terrible shape. They're only 1 day on dehydration. You might be faced with decisions that require you to use your equipment. However, sometimes you might find you don't have the one item that was supposed to save the day. So make sure you scavenge the right supplies before the blast. Keep in mind, every item can be used for something. What do you want to do today? Clean a rifle, listen to the radio, or maybe play Shadow Bunny using your flashlight? Obviously, let's clean the rifle. It might accidentally shoot someone, but okay. Okay, that's the sound of a door opening. Oh, Ted's sick. Good thinking. Keeping your weapons in working order is your #1 priority. Remember, even if they do get damaged, you might be able to repair them with some good old-fashioned American engineering, though. And maybe some chewing gum and a shoelace? Good news, everyone. The expedition is back. Sometimes they'll return with extra supplies. Sometimes they won't. Other times they'll come back with a nasty injury or even radiation sickness. You went to the surface without a gas mask on, like, how many days after the bomb went off? Of course he's gonna get radiation sickness. Believe me, you don't want to get those. I hear glowing in the dark isn't as fun as it sounds. I don't think that's not how radiation sickness works. So with radiation sickness, if I remember correctly, the thing is it's like your body doesn't heal on its own. And so if you have like any minor injury, it becomes fatal very quickly. Like radiation sickness is something that's very, or at least in the 1940s, I don't think they had any sort of proper way to mitigate that. This time your explorer was hurt, but they will recover after the proper use of a first aid kit. I don't think the first aid kits can actually reduce, how do I put this? If this was realistic to real life, I don't think there's like any first aid that can really reverse radiation sickness. it's like if you have too much of that at one time, it's like gonna kill you, but you can use one during rationing. I'm just like, I don't think this is realistic. Radiation sickness is like really, 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 really bad. Like that's something you should never want to get. Okay, yes, fine, I'll give them water. Okay, it says you're dehydrated, and this is the second day of dehydration for all of y'all. And he is hurt, and oh, he's hungry. We'll give him one. We'll give him food, because can't he heal on his own if we feed him food? You need at least one alive adult to keep going. Fine. So we can't go out like, what is it? Is it Stephen King, like the Children of the Corn? Like we can't just do that with our characters. If you send your only survivor to the surface, you won't know what's happening in your bunker until they come back. And when they do, your shelter might already belong to someone else. A decent padlock may protect it, but not for long. This was a busy day. Take your time and get some sleep. If you made it this far, you're doing great and have a chance at getting out of this foxhole. Hopefully soon, but don't quote me on that. We've only just sent someone outside, but let's give it another go today, shall we? The first time you were only asked to pick one unlucky... one... not... curse word, just brave volunteer to save the day. This time you will also get a chance to equip your explorer with some useful gear. Like maybe we should have given him a gas mask? Okay, you are still hungry because you're hurt. Okay. Let's not send Ted out. Let's send... Let's send the old lady. Sorry. Let's send the adult woman. Morning people, you're probably asking yourself one simple question. What's the point of sitting in this atomic shelter? Why don't I just leave? Because you'll get radiation, boys. I forgot to send her with a mask, with a gas mask. Well, leaving is a death sentence. If the radioactive sickness doesn't kill you, then the giant scorpions will. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. None of them have things on them, but he is hungry. So let's give him water as well. Blah, blah. The rescue ain't coming today. Blah, 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 blah. You need to keep your radio operational. Oh no! It might not be our only... Sorry. However, you also need to be careful. It might not be only our soldiers out there. There could be bandits or worse, commies. Yeah, that's a valid concern. Just imagine what will happen if the Reds discover you. So let's agree to the rules for this drill. You only open the door if someone knocks 2 times. Am I clear? 2 knocks. Okay. Okay, that sounds like Dolores is back, right? Okay, she doesn't look like radiation sicknessy, I hope. Did that book just appear there? You'll need to remember that some days will be very intense. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. That's why any day that gives you a break is a blessing, and you'll need to make sure you make the most of it. Eat, drink, and relax while thinking about all those commie curse words who don't have comfy bunkers like you. That thought always gets me through the day. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Our expedition went directly to visit the primary school. Not for education, of course. Oh no, we were desperate for supplies, and the school was our best chance of getting them. Okay, everybody adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great and smelled of tomato. Now we know her secret. Tomato soup cans. Was she using those as perfume? The biology class had an aquarium. The fish had died since no one fed them, but the aquarium water could still be drinkable. There was enough for a few bottles. I mean, my question with that would be, are we sure it's not irradiated? And secondly, it's like, I hope it's clean. Like, depending on how long it's been sitting there, like, I think of stagnant water as not always being the best thing to drink. The local scout team had its own room in the school basement. We found it filled with boxes and boxes of scout handbooks. Oh, that makes sense. I think of like Girl Scouts as sometimes meeting in schools. Maybe they were preparing for the apocalypse. Anyway, we just took one. Ted is hungry. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Can we spare some water? Okay. Let's see. He's hungry. Okay, none of them are dehydrated yet or starving yet. Okay, as long as you keep your shelter stocked and remain cautious, you should be okay. However, every choice you make may come back to bite you in the butt, even after a few days or weeks. Consider your options carefully. This is a drill, but if the nukes start dropping, it'll be a totally different story. Okay, we can't go outside yet. Okay, survive the atomic drill. Okay. If I were you, I'd check the door. Our extraction team might be coming for you any day now, but be careful. This is a post-apocalyptic scenario, and you never know what's coming. What do you mean she could use the food? Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. I mean, to be honest, yeah, I think that eating sometimes is good, but I don't want to waste the soup cans. The problem is in this game, it isn't like Neopets. On Neopets, you can leave your pet like dying for like a year and it won't die. But here it's like you actually have to feed your humans. They're so high maintenance. I'm just saying, Neopets are awesome because like you don't ever have to feed them and they won't die. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted is no longer hungry. Oh, that's so awesome. Like they're playing volleyball? Why is this stuck there? Okay. Hungry. Okay, she's on day one of they're both on day one of dehydration. No, it's 3 knocks. They said to only open it for 2 knocks. Okay, let's see. Is there anything in the chat? Hey, Nunko! Day 1, we survived. Yes! Welcome to the stream. I bought 60 seconds because it was on sale on Steam, and I'd seen Insym play it, and it looked so much fun when he played it. So, good call. That wasn't the knock you were waiting for. Caution at all times. Remember that. Be cautious, apply yourself, and maybe you and your family will be just fine. Or at least most of you. Okay, fine. I'll give some of y'all water. Yeah. Okay, he's thirsty. Okay, if he's in agony, okay, we're gonna actually give him the first aid kit then. Okay. Okay, she's dehydrated, and they're day 2 of dehydration, so I have to give them water. 2 knocks. Yeah, let's open the door. Nice! We survived the drill. Good job. You're safe and sound with our brave soldiers, and now we can all have some apple pie. You deserve it. We survived for 11 days. Nice. So I think we're gonna do the what's it called? The actual game now? I don't know how long I'll last on an actual game because I think you actually have to have way more supplies than I got. So, new game. Survival. Okay, I want to do Apocalypse, I think, because this is the full game. Yeah, let's play Dolores this time. Oh. I think I'll just play the average one. We might end up getting like nothing though. This could be really bad. Nope. Can you go get the other humans? I'm gonna go get her. No. Are we gonna make it? I don't think we have enough water. I really don't think we have enough water. We do not have enough water. But we did get all the family members. How much water do we actually have? Okay, we have 3 water at least, thank goodness. So we have, this is kind of mixed. So what it looks like we have is we have a flashlight, we have all the people, we have bug spray, we have the lock. Okay, the lock will let us survive, I think, 1 bandit attack, but we don't have the axe and we don't have the gun. We do have checkers and the cards, but we didn't get the handbook. We didn't get the axe or the gun. We did get like 8 soup, but we only have 3 water. This is so screwed. Like, we need way more water than this. Okay. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. When we opened the shelter door, we noticed some of the shelves were already stocked. We can't really say, okay, we recall putting all these supplies here, but we're definitely going to put them to use. So we got 1 card. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, and we even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Yeah, there's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. Yeah, I don't think so. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay. Okay, we can't prepare for an expedition yet. Okay. Oh dear, we just remember we planned on taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we are going right. We're pretty sure they don't bomb warm places. They might. Day 2. Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now, we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. Blah. Okay, we're gonna send one of you out. Yes. Oh dear. Okay. So today we've met a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital, moving from place to place, and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Their problem is some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking us if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. Yeah, we're gonna waste our water here because I think these are the doctors that will actually heal you later on. And if we don't do that, we're gonna be hurt later on. Okay, blah, blah, blah. They were grateful. Okay. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. Okay, we're gonna feed Timmy. Send Timmy out with a gas mask. Okay, Timmy went out to the wasteland. Okay. We'll feed them all tomorrow. Sorry, we'll give them water tomorrow. No, we have enough food. So we shouldn't use the mushroom thing, I think. Hopefully they'll survive 1 day on dehydration. Wow, Wow, I survived 5 days. They may be hungry, blah, blah, blah. We're not gonna eat wall fungus. Okay, they're all on day 2 of dehydration, so we need to give them water. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker, so we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids now. Sorry, they're not just for kids, you know. We played Truth or Dare when it turned out we only kept asking questions about, and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Let's see. She's hungry. We keep dreaming about these little things we did back in the day when there weren't as many bombs falling down. Not on our heads anyway. Okay. Okay, what we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Hungry. So none of them are starving yet. Oh, ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be there? Where does it lead? It's a high time we checked it out. Yeah, let's use the flashlight. Let's see, did anything exciting happen there? Holy cow, this is one lucky day. While browsing through the junk in the room, we found a working radio! We got a radio! Let's put it to good use. Dolores would really love something to eat. There has to be some water left. Dolores should get it. Oh. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Hungry, thirsty. Yeah, let's let them go one more day. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. One of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole. We felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from it. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yeah, why not? Is Timmy back? Breaker used something in my fallout shelter? Oh, we looked into the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Okay, Timmy came back. Our expedition reached a church, which was still standing. Water! Thank you, water! Thank you, water! Thank you, water! Most of it was intact, and some people decided to turn it into a shelter. As we found out, it was more than that. We weren't sure what religion they followed, but they were very eager to convince us that tomatoes are the source of all evil and eggplants are the only hope for salvation. Cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into quite full water bottles. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. Oh no. This last expedition got us thinking maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Sorry, my nose is bugging me. Of course, sorry, I'm gonna just go put this stairs. Should I take a BRB real quick? I have fetched some bottled water. Oh, the last expedition got us thinking. Maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We'd better keep an eye out for those on our future expeditions. Okay, this is... Okay. We need to give 3 of them water tomorrow, and... Dolores needs food, and 3 of them need water. Okay, let's send Dolores out tomorrow. Oh, we had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, phone booth on our street survived the bombing. Yeah, let's send Dolores to fetch that. Also, if we're doing that, let's feed him. Let's feed and water him. Okay. Because I think we're going to send Ted out on the expedition. Oh, wow, I will survive. I lasted 10 days here. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We'd started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. Okay, he needs to go out, so we're gonna feed him. She needs food. She's day 1 of dehydration. Wait, maybe she isn't. Okay, we'll give her water. And then we'll remember that no one else is like literally on death's door yet. Okay. We want to send Ted out. Let's send him with something. Guess let's send him with soup. Maybe he can barter it? I don't know. Okay, Ted left for the surface and I sent him with a single can of soup. Okay. You are hungry, dehydrated. We have to give him water tomorrow then. Okay. Timmy, water tomorrow. Is there a... Let me just open a notepad on my computer and be like, Timmy, water tomorrow. Okay, if there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign from them. Okay, let's listen to the radio then. Good news, the government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while. Okay. Hungry, thirsty, hungry, tired, dehydration, hungry. Okay, we'll give him 1 water. Okay. Okay, the more we know about what's going on outside, the better for us. Let's gather around the radio and see if we can tune into a station. Okay, what is this thing? Okay, so our goals are wait further instructions from the military and wait further instructions from friendly wastelanders. Okay. I think it's the radio. Okay. Once we had waited through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Okay, hungry, dehydration. So tomorrow, okay, I'm gonna write down water Dolores. It sounds like she's a plant, but okay. Time to listen to some radio chatter. Maybe we'll pick up on some useful shreds of information on how to get out of this mess. Okay. That sounds like running water. Day 14. We were able to tune in and get rid of just enough static to listen to a very energetic and lively speaker. He seemed well informed and mentioned a few helpful tips that would make it easier for us to survive the next expedition. Okay. So I said water Dolores. Okay. So I'll be feed and water Mary Jane, feed Timmy. Okay. What's that trickling sound? And why is the wall so wet? Oh no, that's what that sound was. Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit inside the shelter. Let's save the radio. Oh dear. When is Ted gonna come back? Okay, the radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it had done was enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. And what's that smell? Oh, we lost the cards. So it's feed and water Mary Jane and feed Timmy. Feed and water Mary Jane, feed Timmy. He's thirsty. And Dolores, tomorrow will be feed Dolores. Confined spaces are not a very friendly environment, and we quickly got into an argument over some trivial things. If this keeps on, we might find ourselves in a nasty place. Ted isn't coming back, is he? Okay, we could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Okay. Starvation, hungry, tired, dehydrated. That's right, we needed to feed Dolores. Okay, tomorrow will be feed Timmy. She's hungry and he's tired, dehydrated, hungry. Okay. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. We don't have a map, so that isn't gonna work. Sorry, Mr. Monty Python. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's see. I said feed Timmy. Okay, let's feed him. Okay, she's starvation. So tomorrow will be feed Dolores. Okay, hungry. And tomorrow will be water Timmy. Okay, Timmy has been sitting there, just staring into space. Is something wrong? Maybe it would be a good idea. Maybe it would be good to have a little chat with him. I feel like I'm rushing through reading this stuff, and that's making me flub upwards. Why did Timmy leave? Why did Timmy leave? Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We set off on an expedition to the nearby zoo we used to visit on weekends. I must have accidentally dehydrated him to death. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run, as well as an educational trip. We saw pterodactyls, chimpandeers, a porcupine, a small army of cat roaches, and other majestic creatures that have emerged among the post-nuclear fauna. A friendly-looking crabtopus lazily observed the sea life from a distance. In its den, we found the body of a zoo worker with some of his possessions laying around. So plus ammo. Made our way to the African section and admired an atomic okapi. We're not sure if it's mutated or not. It already looked weird as hell before. We scared off a group of them and found something stashed at the back of their enclosure. Yes, we got the gas mask. I must have screwed up somehow because I think Timmy ran away. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky. Dolores, blah, blah, blah. Lack of water. I must have missed a day watering Timmy. I thought he could go at least one day on dehydration. Maybe I accidentally let him go 2 days. Or maybe he needs water more. Either way, I screwed up and Timmy ran away. I guess I can look at it as, well, he ran away, so maybe there's a chance he's not dead out there. But I guess we're down to 3. We can't undo that and rewater him. So we're at a point where we're just gonna have to be down to 3 and we can't cry about it because there's no undo option in the game. Lack of water drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return. Okay, what did I say today? Okay. Feed Dolores. Oh, we can't water Timmy anymore. Okay. Hungry, tired. Yeah, let's food him. Okay. She said feed Dolores. So tomorrow okay. There's Steestra. So tomorrow we'll water Dolores, feed Mary Jane. I'm trying to figure out, did I screw up or or is it just kind of random if they survive or not? Okay. Like, can they actually go 1 day on dehydration or starvation? Or did I screw up and let them go 2 days? Okay, the contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions can result in radiation sickness. Yeah, let's prepare. Let's send Dolores out then. In which case, we'll just say feed Mary Jane tomorrow. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? Well, if it's a foreign language, how will they even understand the words? What's the harm? Let's do yes. Okay, we were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians. Which isn't that much better. I mean, to be fair, this is set in, like, America. And, here's the thing. If we think about, like, the Cold War, I don't think America and the USA/America and Canada always got along super well. Like, I think, here's the thing. There were a lot of people in the USA who were, like, fleeing to Canada to avoid the draft. And it's like, obviously, I'm going to support people avoiding the draft. Like, I support people's right to say no to serving in the military. But I get that there were tensions between America and Canada in the Cold War era. So that is to say, like, I think of the USA and Canada as not being super, like, necessarily on the greatest of terms ever during that time period because there were some tensions between them. But it's important to understand that it's like I'm alive today in the 21st century, and so like I didn't live through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. Like I don't really know about that era firsthand. What I know is mostly from what other people who lived through that era have said, or through like the History Channel. Okay, that's not a good example, but like books, literature, and history books. So yeah, so I'm just trying to say it's like I'm not speaking from lived experiences. I'm speaking from like what I've heard secondhand or learned secondhand. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners, and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Let's see. Okay. It said feed Mary Jane today. Okay, let's feed Mary Jane. Tomorrow I have to water Mary Jane. She is just hungry. Okay, I was gonna send her out, so I'm gonna give her food. Hungry, tired, sick, thirsty. Okay, let's send her out with the gas mask. I survived for 20 days in the shelter? That's... could be better. I feel bad for Tad. I don't know, I really love the vibes of this game though, because I feel like it does do a good job of capturing like the 50s and 60s, like the ideas of the era, like because the way that they're all hating on commies, it's like, yes, that's realistic to what I know of the Red Scare. Like that's very much so good story building or world building, and that it's like, yes, that very much so harkens back to the era. The distrust of Canadians, I'd say like complete and utter trust in the military is something that I'm like, okay, I think of that as being very much so, like, because I assume this takes place somewhat after like World War II, and so this was an era I think when America was super like patriotic. So it's like the world building here, it just feels very 50s, 60s-ish. Like it does a good job of capturing this sense of a previous decade, a previous time and place. And I want to be clear that it's like, yeah, there were absolutely problems with that era. And I was trying to say that I love like the world building. It feels very much so like it could be set in that era. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she makes it back safe and sound. Okay, hungry, tired, sick. Okay, we need to feed him tomorrow. So it'll be, water Ted tomorrow. Okay, and she is dehydrated. Okay, she was dehydrated yesterday. So, oops, you want to give her water. What's next? Okay. A young lady all dressed in white has visited us today, requesting our aid. Wasting no time, she laid out a plan of what she said is a bandit camp, where she claims her twin brother is being held. Seems like the young man was witness enough to challenge the biggest bandit leader to a sword fight, and now his sister is very worried. She says we definitely won't regret it if we decide to help her. Here's the thing, Ted is already sick. So let's send out Mary Jane because she's clear. Okay, we're gonna not feed her. Sorry. Yeah. We're gonna water her then and feed her both. Yeah, let's send Mary Jane out. So I want her to be like full strength. What was that sound? Okay, the woman quickly called a group of friends, and we set out for what turned out to be a successful mission. Finding the last twin brother wasn't a problem. He was hanging on top of some antenna next to the fence, trying to escape. Okay, so that doesn't sound very good. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand, but the group quickly tended to his injuries, and he'll be just fine. In the nicest possible way, in a situation where you don't have, like, running water and stuff. Like, I think if, like, this would not be a time where you'd want to lose a limb or have any sort of major injury, just because it's like, if you don't have the supplies to disinfect it, then that's bad. Because the thing is, if you end up with like gangrene in a post-apocalyptic society or sepsis, it's like they're not necessarily going to have access to like modern medical care. And so it's like, that's really risky. Like, what if he gets an infection and dies? But okay. In his duel with the bandit leader, he lost a hand. But the group quickly tended to his injuries, and I'm just saying, like, I really hope he'll be just fine, but I wouldn't count on it. Like, that's all I'm saying. The siblings thanked us 100 times and said they would definitely contact us again. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs a little to drink right now. Ted is still sick. Hungry. Okay, she's just hungry. He is tired. Okay, what did I say? He needs watered. Okay, Ted needs watered. Okay. Sick. Let's give him another food though, because... Okay. Mary Jane is... Okay, I don't think I need to do anything to them tomorrow. Okay. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remembered him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen, but we refused. Now he just wants some supplies and says he will reveal some state secrets to us if in return. Well, we have more soup than I think we're gonna eat. Like, I think the only reason we're draining soup so quickly is because I'm trying to heal Ted. So let's give him soup. What's that beeping? Wait, did he heal? Did he heal? Did we feed him enough that he healed? Okay. He's recovered from his sickness! Yes! I don't think that's how that works in real life. Like, I'm saying... How do I put this? I think... I'm just saying, like, I think radiation sickness is something that people tend to die from rather than recovering from, but I'm really glad that he survived. Like, yes, we really need Ted alive, especially because, like, here's the thing. If Dolores doesn't come back, it's game over if Ted dies too, so I'm really glad he's healed. We are generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit. Here's... Now I'm gonna Google this. When was America's first space station? Oh! Okay, so apparently according to the first result that showed up on a Google search, Skylab, America's first space station and the first crewed research laboratory in space, lifted up on May 14th, 1973. So depending on when this is set, that could actually seem ridiculous. It's just, is this set in the 70s or was it set earlier? Okay. Or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded. So he tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. A working space station? What a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. Okay, but Ted is recovered. So he's doing well. And Mary Jane is just hungry. Yeah, so that means we still don't have to do anything to them tomorrow. Okay. We were able to receive another message from the government. We don't have a map though. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is they provided us with geographic coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, it's just complete gobbledygook. Yeah, that isn't gonna work. We don't have a map. We just don't have a map. both of them have like this really blank, vacant stare. Aw. But I think in this frame you can really tell that like Ted's Mary Jane's dad. Like they have like the same blank eye facial expression. Like they just have that same facial expression from different angles. Yeah, we were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Yeah. Okay. Ted. Hungry, thirsty. Okay, we still don't need to give her anything. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune in to some emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two. Yeah, why not? What's that squeak sound? Okay, we were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. So on day 24, it should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Dolores is still gone. Okay, thirsty, hungry. So we need to water Mary Jane tomorrow. Okay. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet for some reason, we'd like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. We don't have the book, but we do have bug spray, so let's use bug spray. We really need water. Okay, we dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, had 8 legs, and a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. Okay. Tomorrow, we need to water Ted. When we heard a knock for... Yes. We'll do both of those. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out, and now they offer other items too. Smart girls. That's awesome. I was in Girl Scouts when I was a kid, so like... I think they're cool. It's a cool organization. They offer map for flashlight, yes. Oh, but they also offer a gun for checkerboard. We need the map really bad, so let's do the flashlight. Let's do the flashlight. Wouldn't let me trade both, unfortunately. Okay, the girls were very kind and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. So we got the map. Okay. Hydrated. Okay, so tomorrow will be feed Mary Jane. Okay, we need to water him. Yes, absolutely yes. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just 1 can of soup, we can get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Oh, crap. The bad thing is... Okay. If I didn't know, I'd still say yes because we need water, but... Knowing what it is, it's like the downside is this could make Ted sick. This could make Ted sick. I'm pretty sure this makes Ted sick. Oh. My heart. My heart. Dolores survived! Dolores freaking made it back! Dolores made it back! Dolores made it back! And oh my gosh, we have a kitty! Please tell me Dolores brought water. We need water. Like, please. You brought water. 1 water, but... Okay, as soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Well, duh. If a cat's in a bag, it's not going to be happy. The bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sherakov. Is that its name? Well, yeah, it's Sherakov's name. Oh my god, it's just the cutest little thing! Sorry, like... I have a special place in my heart for cats. They're just the sweetest things ever. We used to have cats. Like, all of them have since passed away due to issues like old age and or cancer, but like we used to have cats when I was growing up, and like we used to have a cat named Ginny Megan, and she was like the most vicious half feral like farm cat. Like she was very temperamental, but I just loved her to absolute pieces. So like aggressive cats have an extra special place in my heart because they remind me specifically of the cat we used to have. So we were glad to see Dolores came back safely from the wasteland. During our expedition, we stumbled upon the ruins of a familiar building, our local bank. Although a place like that might not be the ideal source of useful supplies, we decided to go in anyway. You never know what you might find, except for bags of cash, obviously. It looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws hidden in teddy bears. Who does that? That might be a reference to something, but I don't know what. Anyway, we can see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did it end up here? Maybe the mail had it delivered to a bank instead of a food bank? +4 food. The thing is, we really need way more water than this. We are so low on water. But maybe the food can be used for something. We found a shopping bag on the floor next to the counters. It contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, a pair of bunny slippers, and some bottled water. Tempting as all these treasures may have been, we limited ourselves to taking the water. So this is how they guarded the place. Unacceptable. In the guard room, we found skeletons of 2 individuals who seemed to have been playing cards when the bombs hit. Good thing we kept all of our money in a really safe place that is our special cookie jar in the kitchen. No, the thing about that is that would be destroyed in the blast too. Those guards didn't provide much security here, but their cards will contribute to a high-quality shelter entertainment. Thanks. So plus cards, we are so low on water. Our little trip to the service might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Oh, crap. So I said feed Mary Jane. Okay. She is hungry. Yeah, let's feed her as well. We need to prepare. So I think we're gonna feed Ted, because if he stays in the shelter with the cat, that's probably bad. So let's prepare and send him out tomorrow. Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. That's, okay, A-N-T-I-D-I-dis... Wait, what is the word? E-S-T-A-B-L-I-S-H, anti-disestablish. M-E-N-T, A-R-A... Sorry, A-R-I-A... N-I-S-M? I think the problem is that is a really long word. So it's hard keeping track of how many letters I've said in that. So yeah, I screwed up on anti-disestablishmentarianism as well, so I can't blame her for that. And I think that has to do with some position that had to do with the British, like, church at one point. But I don't remember the exact meaning. So yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Yeah, why not? I don't see any harm that comes from this. It'll keep them entertained. Oh, someone's sleeping. It's making sleepy sounds. Oh my gosh, the cat's so cute. I just like the cat is the cutest little thing. What is the cat looking at, though? Is the cat looking at the soup? Okay, based on where its eyes are pointing, I think it's looking at the soup. The cat wants their food. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Okay. How is everyone fatigued? Oh wait, fatigued won't keep you from going out, right? Okay, that's right. We had to feed Mary Jane today. Okay, fatigued. So she's hungry, tired, thirsty, fatigued, starvation, thirsty, tired, fatigued. So I have to write down... Oh wait, we're feeding Mary Jane today, so we don't do any of those tomorrow. Okay. We're sending him out. Soup, water, gas mask, the cards, that. Let's send him with bullets. Actually, soup. Let's give him soup again. We don't have any weapon. Hi, Ted. Please survive. Oh my gosh, the kitty moved! That's the most exciting thing that's happened in a while. That isn't saying much. That's really not saying much. Like, we're in the most notable soul thing is like, oh my god, the cat moved. Sorry, I'm not trying to use excessive profanity. My apologies. But I'm like, the cat moved? That's exciting. I think that tells you how little happens in this game. She looks really tired. Like, Dolores just looks really, like, exhausted. Poor thing. Okay, Ted left for the servers. We hope he'll be back soon. We sent him with soup. I don't think that was the best thing for me to send him with, but... Okay. Hungry, tired, fatigued. Tired, fatigued. Oh, crap. Water, Dolores. Water, Mary Jane. That's what I'll write down for tomorrow. Hungry, tired, fatigued. Yeah, they can make it one more day. Okay. How about that lake we've been going to for the past few years? It would be so good to find ourselves there, far away from all this madness. So maybe take a boat ride, even if the whole place turned into Adamville. That doesn't sound like a very exciting thing to talk about. It's just like sad. We made it to day 30. Oh, the cat's up there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That is so cat-like because cats love to sit on like high places and just look down at everyone because it's like they're so aware of what's going on around them. They're just... Cats are very observant. It's like if they were humans, I'd call them nosy, but they're cats, so... like they can't talk about people behind their backs, so it doesn't matter if cats like spy on people. As long as we're safe, we can stay down there. Okay, they're both dehydrated. So she's still hungry. She's still hungry. Okay. So I'm gonna say, no, they don't need anything tomorrow. Okay. We have the map, so we can do this now. The twin siblings have paid us a visit, asking if we have a map of our town and the shelter. Their group is becoming bigger every day, and they're slowly running out of space in their tent. So now they're traveling through the city, looking for a good spot to make camp. So yeah, feeding... The thing that I think is really helping is... I hate to say it, because it's so, like, sad. Like, obviously, I'd prefer to have Timmy there, but having only 3 people to water instead of 2 does help. And Ted being gone also means we have to water them less frequently, so I think the only way we're stretching out this stuff is by having less people in the shelter, which is really sucky. But honestly, like... lesson for next... Oh my gosh, that's the cutest... It's so cute! Honestly, lesson for next time is bring more water. Okay, we were happy to see them again. We quickly handed them our map and pointed out several locations that might be worth checking out. They left before it got dark to still get a few hours of scouting in daylight, but they said they would definitely be back again to share some news and a friendly chat. We hope they find a good place. Maybe we could visit them when the camp is ready. Okay. Okay, hungry, tired. Okay, so neither of them need anything. Okay. Shirokov sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive, and a trip to the wasteland is always risky. Should we go outside and check that address? Yeah, why not? Let's send Mary Jane, though. Oh, it'll choose, so I don't have to choose which person to send. Oh, the radio's making sounds. Oh, the cat's gone. We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently, it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Shirokov! They kidnapped Shirokov! They're mean! They clearly kidnapped poor Shirokov. Shirokov didn't want to go with them. Oh, wait, no, actually. Apparently it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Shirokov, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind. Okay, so as long as the cat's okay with that, then it's fine. I wanted to keep the cat. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. As long as the cat's okay with that, that's okay, but I'd prefer if the cat would choose our shelter. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep it off. Okay. So, we didn't have them needing anything today. So, starvation. Feed Dolores tomorrow. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seemed very eager to evacuate us away from here, but then went over several things that needed to happen before they do it. The first item on the list is up to us. We were given geographical coordinates and need to get there to leave a sign we're still alive. This should be easy with a map. Here's the thing, it's like, we do have the map now, so we might as well do it. What's that sound? Like, that sounds kind of like something, like a fizzy drink opening, so I'm not sure what that sound was. Sorry. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Hope that didn't take a water bottle, because we're almost out of water. Okay. Sorry. Okay, yesterday we said feed Dolores. So, she is thirsty, and Mary Jane is... Sorry, tomorrow will be feed Mary Jane. A coded note was left on our doorstep. It's all symbols and numbers, some sort of cipher that will need to be cracked before we can read the letter. Dolores seems eager for this challenge. However, it's hard to tell how long this could take her, and it could prove to be a waste of her time. Should she keep herself busy with it? I mean, the thing is, yes. Because if Ted doesn't come back, we're gonna have to send someone out again, but we could probably send Mary Jane. And, well, we know that Dolores knows how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, so she's very clearly smart, and so she should be able to figure this out. So, please come back, Ted. We are so low on water. Okay. Oh! This is bad. This is so bad. We're down, Ted. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Dolores instantly sat down with the post. Sorry, this means we're gonna have to send out Mary Jane ASAP. Dolores instantly sat down with the code and started working on it with a purpose. She looks very focused. Let's hope the note is worth staying up all night. Dolores looks very tired already. Ted has been outside for far too long, and still he has not returned. We fear he isn't coming back. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Okay, so today we said feed Mary Jane. So tomorrow will be feed Dolores. Wait, no. Tomorrow will be water Dolores, water Mary Jane. We can try. Okay. The last time we went out on an expedition, we noticed an abandoned tank just sitting out there in the open. It looks damaged, but may it contain useful supplies. Shall we send someone to investigate? Yeah, we're gonna send Mary Jane. Kitty's back! Kitty! An extra bit. Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving us something that'll help us against bandits. An extra bit of firepower never hurts. We are more than happy to inherit a military-issue rifle from the tank, plus 1 gun. To our surprise, we found Sherakov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Well, to be fair, cats I'd say a couple of things that cats like are indoor heating and food and water. So, yeah, it could be that it likes your food. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. We are very low on food and water. We can't send either of them out. We can't send either of them out. So we said water both of them. Okay. We have to water you both. Starved. Let's feed them both because we're low on stuff, so we can't send either of them out. Like, we just can't send either of them out. Is this gonna crash the game if I shift tabbed out like partway through a thing? This might crash the game. So I did shift tab like out of the game when it was. Okay, escaping fixed that? Okay, day 36. Mary Jane's rested. Fatigued, hungry, fatigued. Okay. Let's make sure I have nothing written on the notepad. Okay, we're gonna prepare for an expedition. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Shiraka found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plaster and debris fell on our table, topped off with a big meowing for a ball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it. Or should we examine that wire? I mean, the thing is, if it's an electric wire, the cat should not be playing with an electric wire. I'm just saying, in real life, cats... Okay, so... Interesting story. My dearest, darling zany pie, his roommate has a cat, and his roommate's cat, like, tries to eat his, like, headphone cords. His roommate's cat will chew on electronic things, and it's like... I'm just... Like, first of all, I'm thinking, like, his roommate needs to do a better job of taking care of, like, monitoring the cat, because cats should not be allowed around stringy things and wiry things, because cats will chew on them. But secondly, it's like electrical things are bad to chew on because they might electrocute you. So that's why cats shouldn't chew on them. Like, you should not be letting your cat chew with wires because the cat might get electrocuted and that would be really bad. So I think we should examine the wire because I think that's in Cherakov's best interest. I don't think Kitty should be chewing on things. Like, one, it might like accidentally hurt itself, and 2, yeah, it might have property damage, so people shouldn't let their cats chew on stuff. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned out truck with 2 surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. She's tired, fatigued, hungry. Okay, we're gonna send Mary Jane out. We're gonna send her with a gun. We have to. We have to send someone out to get water. Because we are almost out of water. We are on like our last water, so. Okay, Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. So tired, fatigued, hungry, thirsty. She doesn't need anything yet, but we're on our last thing of water. That radio of ours has been silent for the past few hours. We need our news, we need our music, we all agree on that. And if it's refusing to cooperate, we need to meddle with it until it works. Fine. I mean, the worst is we lose the radio, and we're gonna... If Mary Jane doesn't come back with water, we're dead. So... Like, if we can't get water somehow, we're gonna die. So I don't think the radio's gonna save us there. So it's probably not the end of the world if the radio breaks. Okay, the radio broke. Oh, Kitty's back. Kitty's on top of there this time. Well, that didn't go so well, and we broke the darn thing. Technology changes so fast these days, it's hard to keep up. Who needs a radio anyway? We need to water her tomorrow. We can get her through one more day, I think. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Yeah, why not? Stay alive for 40 days. They were agents, real, live, secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity cards briefly. They weren't listening in on us. It was the cat they were interested in. They made a request, too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promise they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. I mean, Dolores is going to dehydrate to death if we don't get more water, so please come back soon. Hopefully they come back soon with more information. Give you water. Tomorrow will be feed Dolores. Good news from our friends. The siblings good news from our friends. The siblings visited us today to inform that their camp is now done. They do have a few concerns, though, mostly the children. Their idea of fun is running around the radioactive wasteland and possibly getting eaten by mutated cockroaches in the process. Do we have any spare toys we could give them to keep the kids entertained without risking their lives? Of course, have some checkers, dear. Well, that's like a clinking sound. Okay, even playing with an incomplete set of checkers is a better choice for these kids than playing hide and seek in the radioactive wasteland. Yeah, I think that's a given. I really don't think that playing hide and seek in the radioactive wasteland is a good idea. Or maybe the other way around. The group was grateful and we're sure their children will be too. We hope to see our friends again soon and find out more about their new camp life. -1 checkerboard. Dolores has barely any strength left. Please let the twins come back soon. Okay. So we need to feed her. Okay. And then we won't have to do anything tomorrow. Oh, crap. We have nothing we can use on this. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted, and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We have to fix it before we suffocate like rats trapped by a professional and very cruel rat catcher. If we suffocate, well, it's game over, but we don't have anything we can do. Is that Mary Jane? Please. Yes! Yes! Mary Jane brought us water! Mary Jane brought us water! She brought water! I see the water! She brought us water! Thank you, Mary Jane. We love you. Oh, the rifle's broken. But that's okay. The important thing is she brought water. We decided to ignore any problems with the vents and focus on other problems. As predicted, all of us developed a nasty cough and had trouble breathing, but it got better next morning. We don't know what the issue was, but the important thing is it's gone now. Well, the important thing is they're not dead yet. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. If we had to pick our favorite day of the week, it would be Saturday. Before the bombing, Saturday was a time of relaxing and joy, like bribing Mary Jane with cookies so she stopped playing the tuba. Bribing Mary Jane with cookies so she stopped playing the tuba? Gossiping about the neighbors, and of course bowling. Looks like the bowling alley is still standing. Yabba dabba doo! Oh, is that a reference to the Flintstones? The bar didn't have much to offer. some rotten salads, a bunch of burnt peanuts, and for some reason, a cowboy hat. We were happy to find a secret stash of soup cans under some rubble. My nose is like, ugh. The thing is, we're getting into spring. We are getting into spring, so. Sorry, I'm just cleaning my poor little hands off. But yeah, we're getting into like springtime, so we're unfortunately at a point when not all the plants are dormant anymore, so my nose is being mean to me. The bar didn't have much to offer, some rotten salads, a bunch of burnt peanuts, and for some reason, a cowboy hat. We were happy to find a secret stash of soup cans under some rubble. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so we weren't surprised to see that someone placed water bottles instead of bowling pins at the end of the lane. We were sorry to ruin their setup, but we really need that water. Yes, we do. A radio? The staff room was almost intact and nicely decorated. On top of a beautiful rug stood a table with a radio on it. Such a lucky find. We tried dragging the rug with us to decorate our shelter, but it was too heavy. It's a real shame. A rug like that could really tie the room together. Sure. I was thinking a rug might be softer to sleep on than the concrete floor. +1 radio. So much for our rifle. It got damaged during our expedition. But here's the thing, if it keeps Mary Jane alive, that's for the best. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. We only can defend against one bandit attack because of the lock. We have the lock, but nothing else to defend against bandits. Dolores has barely any strength left. If she doesn't eat tonight, she will not last till morning. Okay, what did I say on this? I don't need to give her anything. Oh! Oh! Hi, Plenty of Power. Welcome to the chat. That's the thing. Like, just because the calendar says... Actually, let me see. When is spring? Okay. Okay, I googled it. Spring is from Tuesday, March 19th, 2024 to Thursday, June 20th, 2024. So we're now at the point where it's technically spring now. In the Northern Hemisphere, like, it's technically spring. So, yes, I would love another snow. Please let there be another snow soon. Okay, starvation, fatigued. Let me see what I have on here. I don't think I mean, I think we have enough food that even if I don't need to feed her today, I will. Let's prepare for an expedition. Okay, we were afraid the army wouldn't get back to us, but they eventually did. The next transmission was full of evacuation promises, but it ended on a big if. The speaker requested that any survivor groups armed with firearms should dispose of them before they get rescued. We don't know what this is about, but it sounds like violating our rights. Well, yeah, this is America. That is a violation of their rights. On the other hand, are there any laws and rights left, or is it everyone for themselves? Well, we don't have a working rifle, so we can't even get rid of it. So, I mean, there isn't an option to get rid of it, but we don't even have it. So, yeah, let's prepare. Do we want to scavenge? Actually, let's try and go one more day without scavenging. What's the knock sound? Okay, since we didn't have a gun to begin with, soldiers shouldn't have any issues with us. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her a blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fatigued, thirsty, hungry. Fatigued, tired, thirsty, starvation. So tomorrow we need to feed Mary Jane. Okay. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? So we don't want to prepare for an expedition. Yeah, let's give him ammunition. What's the knocking? I don't think that's the 2 knocks that the army is supposed to have. Okay, our visitor was happy to get some ammunition. In return, he offered us rations. It wasn't much, but something is always better than nothing. It's soup, though, which we don't need as much of. Dehydrated. Okay, so tomorrow will be water or both. Okay. She's just dehydrated. Okay. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of string. The agents rang in with our next top secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Okay, we're sending Mary Jane. Okay, which means we're just gonna say Water Dolores. Yeah, we need to send Mary Jane. Because if Dolores dies, it's game over. So. Aw, Sherikov. Mary Jane went outside. We graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. Okay, she needs watered. Okay. So we won't need to give her anything tomorrow. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the heck is that? So, we don't have enough water to do this. I'm not gonna do this. Oh, yeah, I'm from the USA. I have plenty of power. Yeah, I'm from the US. We don't have enough water to give the vault dweller a water chip. And also, if he wants a water chip, he doesn't even want water. He wants a water chip. So, I'm not going to give him the water because we can't. Wait, I want to make sure. Okay, I did for sure give her water. I hear knocking again. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was, and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. Okay, she doesn't eat anything tomorrow. Okay, don't have anything written down on the notepad. Okay, so, darn it. Both of the things they're asking for. So a traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. The thing is, he's offering soup in exchange for cards or water in exchange. We have enough soup. We're not going to give anything for soup. But the thing is, we need water. And we don't have any of the things to trade for water. So we're not going to trade with him. What's the snoring sound? Oh, Kitty's back up. Kitty's back up there. That salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that was of interest to us. Okay, so tomorrow we need to feed Dolores. So I don't want to give out too much information about my geographic location, but yes, we do get winters, we do get summers, we do get the hectic sort of like the times when it'll be like fall or spring, when it'll be like feel like summer one day and then winter the next. Like we get that sort of thing where it's like the very temperature fluctuations can be very great within like a week's time. So yeah. Oh, -40 Celsius. I'm gonna Google this. Okay. -40 C2F. Oh, is this accurate? It's saying -40 Celsius is -40 Fahrenheit. Yeah, oh yeah, -40 is really bad. Like, I think we get that low with the wind chill on, like, rare occasions. But yeah, that sort of weather sucks. That sort of weather sucks because it's like, at least in this neck of the woods, like, they have to cancel schools and stuff if it's super low below freezing, because I think the concern is like for kids who have to wait at bus stops, there's a point where it becomes not very safe for them to wait outside. And like, it gets, winter can be like very, very, very cold sometimes. So, okay. Sorry, I feel like I went on a tangent there. Did I say, okay, feed Dolores. Okay, I'm gonna just feed Dolores because I forget. Okay. What to do. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address on it. Let's open it. The worst it does is kill us. Is Mary Jane back? Mary Jane is alive! Mary Jane is alive. I think I gave up water really early on, right? I think I gave up water. Let me Google this. Actually. Yeah. So it does occasionally get to, yeah. Yeah, we do sometimes get like sub-zero temperatures here in the winter, but I don't think it's as low here usually as it is in Canada. Like, thankfully it doesn't tend to be quite that bad. I felt bad for like, if there are like homeless people in like Canada's winters, that would be really, really like really sucky, because that would be like negative 40 degrees outside in the dead of night would be absolutely terrible. Like that would suck so bad. Okay. Oh no, damn it, darn it, the gift was booby-trapped. There was nothing inside besides some junk, and as soon as we opened the suitcase, it exploded. Is anybody hurt? That recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighborhoods that were dicey even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats. Mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs. Oh, I don't think radiation mutates that quickly. All of them armed to the teeth. Let me reread this. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting with each other in gangs, all of them armed to the teeth. Since when do cats and dogs form gangs and shoot each other with weapons? We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seem to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom, maybe even a hot tub. Oh my gosh. I know that like hot tub means like you know, like a jacuzzi. But I'm just thinking like a bathtub in general would be such an upgrade for them. Okay. Loris was hurt. Oh no, both of my people are hurt now. Okay. That means we're gonna feed both of them. Okay. She's just thirsty. Okay, we don't have anything written down on the notepad. Okay. So, and Mary Jane is dehydrated, so we need to give her water. Okay. It took several, okay, yeah. Food, water, okay. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally kill Dolores, because if she dies, it's game over. It took several days and a lot of silent cursing, but Dolores finally cracked the code. Impressive. The note contains detailed directions for some secret location nearby, but it also says Dolores must show up alone. She says she's willing to go, but we can't help wondering whether it's some sort of trap. Okay, if she's going out, yeah, we can't feed her more. So, yeah. Oh, beeping? That's good news, right? Cherikov's back there. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Okay, she's tired, hurt, hungry. Let's give her food. The army started broadcasting again. They're requesting a representative from all survivor groups to meet them at a specified location nearby. Seems they wish to question people before they evacuate us from the area. We're not sure if this is a good or bad. We should send someone though. It's still our best chance. Yeah, we have to. We have to send Mary Jane. Day 50, Enigma, reconnect with old friends. Oh, both of them made it back to the shelter alive. Neither of them are dead yet. Neither of them are dead yet. Which is an improvement because Timmy ran away and Ted is dead. So We're making it pretty far with just 2 girls and a cat. Aw. I don't know, like, honestly, if I were stuck in an apocalypse, this doesn't seem like a bad situation to be in. Like, at least you're not, okay, like, I'm just saying, it would be so much worse to be alone in a bunker with no one else. Like, at least having one other person and a cat, it's like, there's still society, like, there's still people to talk to, so it could be even worse. We managed to make it to the meeting in time. We tried our best to answer the questions the soldiers asked us. Let's hope we fulfilled their expectations, and our ragged appearance didn't make a bad impression. Dolores came back looking relaxed and carrying extra supplies. The note was written by her dear old friend Peggy, who now inhabits a shelter together with other work colleagues of Dolores. She claims it was some sort of secretary job from before she married Ted. I mean, something to think about is that, like, back in this sort of era, it was super common for women to, like, even though they were super, like, skilled and trained in a job, it was common for them to retire if they got married. And so it's like, Dolores may still, like, be a very smart, intelligent person who just chose or was pressured by society not to work, even though it's like she's still a very capable person. She claims it was some sort of secretary job from before she married Ted. It's weird how little we know about that time in her life. She's quite a private person, our dear Dolores. But clearly all these years ago, she made friendships for life. These supplies will surely prove... We got water! We got water! We got water! +2 water, +2 food. We were glad to see Dolores come back so safely from the wasteland. I mean, the sad thing is that if we had Ted and Timmy, it's like we would be out of water by now. So it sucks that being down 2 is the only way we're still alive. We are glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Okay, let's see, what do they need? Hungry, thirsty, hurt, hungry. Okay, we need to feed them on the off chance that they might get better. But neither of them need water yet, right? Okay. Okay, thirsty. Great. Judging by the sound of concurrent screams, it seems like a band of thugs is taking control of the area. Yeah, we're not sending them out. We woke up to the sound of banging on our door. Someone has been at it like there's no tomorrow. In a manner of speaking, that might be true. Shall we open the door? It's bandits and we die, or it's someone who rescues us. So yes. A new hope, ally with other wastelanders. Yep. We lived! We lived! And this means too, we got rescued, which means Dolores and Mary Jane and the cat, hopefully, are all safe. They're all gonna live. And theoretically, we can pretend that Timmy lived. Since he ran away, maybe he was rescued by them. Yes, we lived. And this proves that the 2 women can't survive on their own. They don't need a man. They don't need a man to survive. For so long, we thought the world has really turned into a cruel, unforgiving, and hopeless place. But today, our views on it were challenged when the siblings and a few other people from their group visited us with an invitation. Yay! To come live with them in their freshly built, fully functional camp. This is our chance to have a normal life again, being between friendly and good people, taking care of each other during the good and the bad. Oh, and that means that the guy actually did live. He didn't, like, get infected from the hand wound. Taking care of each other during the good and the bad, and uniting together against the evils of the wasteland. This is an emotional moment for us, and a time to leave our dark but cozy shelter on a way to a brighter future. Farewell, our humble little home. We're starting a new life today. Okay, so we spent 51 days in our shelter. We made it to 51. So day 1, all of us are safe. Day 3, house call. Day 5, alternative diet. Day 8, secrets of the shelter. Day 9, something smells worse than us. Day 9, we didn't find Jesus. Day 10, an unexpected call. Day 12, made contact with the military. Day 13, radio sessions. Day 14, radio sessions. Day 15, fighting the tide. Day 17, the knights who say, Day 18, radioactive fauna. Day 18, thirst drove Timmy away, which I assume that was my fault. I probably accidentally forgot to feed him on day 2 of dehydration, thinking it was day 1 of dehydration. Day 19, language lesson. Day 21, reunited. Day 22, be the future. Day 23, lost in the neighborhood. Day 24, nuclear fallout has gone. Day 25, swarm. Day 26, the cookie business. Day 27, it's out of the bag. Day 27, someone followed us. Day 27, bank heist. Day 28, great expectations. Day 31, the grand plan. Day 32, following the trail. Day 33, left the army a message. Day 34, the code. Day 34, Ted did not return. Day 35, Tank Girl. Day 35, There and Back Again. Day 37, Fun and Games. Day 39, Problematic Radio. Day 40, Big Brother. Day 41, The Fun Factor. Day 42, Dead Air. Day 42, Someone Followed Us. Day 42, Strike. Day 43, Law-Abiding Citizens. Day 44, Every Bullet Counts. Day 45, Recon. Day 47, Business as Usual. Day 48, The Trojan Horse. Day 49, Dear Piggy. Day 50, Blind Date. And Day 51, A New Beginning. And I want to say we are super lucky that we didn't get bandits like once that entire game. Because one of the times that Instant played it, he got raided by bandits like it had to be like more than 4 times. He kept getting raided back to back to back. So we're so lucky we didn't get raided. That scared me. The sound effects scared me so much. That scared me because I've been playing with music off, so it just freaking scared me to hear that. Like, oh my gosh. So days survived 51, waters consumed 5.75. And the thing is, I came into the shelter with like 2 or 3 waters to begin with. Like, I did not have enough water for 4 people. So we are amazingly lucky we survived that long. And we only had to defend our shelter 0 times. Okay. I think I may choose to do like 1 more round. That was a really good time, like a really good game for the first round. To be honest, I think I only did this well because I've watched Instant play it, so I learned all the tips and tricks from him. But I think I'm gonna probably take like a few minutes break and then come back. It's like I kind of want to run to the bathroom, maybe grab like something, maybe a snack or something different to drink. So yeah, I think we're going to try for 1 more, hopefully successful game, and I'm going to be back soon. Sorry, I brought down, ran to the bathroom, brought down some more handkerchiefs, and then got some Maine root beer to drink. Basically because it's the only soda I can get without corn derivatives. And yeah, I think I'm about ready to continue. Okay, I want to make sure my headphones are on and stuff. Okay, I think I'm about ready to continue with this and do a new game. Yeah, let's just do new game. Wait, I think I want to do Apocalypse again. Probably Fat Man, because that has... Yeah, I don't think I want to do... I want to do Star Bomb. I think I want to do the Fat Man, and I think I will play Ted this time, because I think I did Dolores last time. Okay. 737 years. No, I don't think tomato soup actually lasts that long, because if I remember right, tomatoes can be acidic enough they might degrade the can linings eventually over time. Try and grab the wipe real quick. Okay. I really hope I grab the water this time. Okay. Oh, I got the super achievement. Okay, this is... Oh. The thing is, we missed a lot of things, but we got a lot of things too. So this time around, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 water. So we got more water, which is what we were severely lacking last time. We have 4 soup, which is less than last time, but I think we needed more water than soup. We did get the gun, we did get the axe, so we have 2 ways to defend against bandits. We got the suitcase, we got... I don't remember picking up all of these, but we did get the bug spray, we got the ammo, we got the radio, we got the map, we got the Boy Scout book, and the flashlight. But the one thing that I'm like, I really think we're gonna miss really badly... Okay, 2 things. The lock is good for bandits. We didn't get... Wait. We got the harmonica? Okay, that's good against bandits. But we didn't get the lock. We didn't get the cards or the checkers. And we did miss the med kit and the gas mask. And the gas mask is necessary for early expeditions. Okay, all of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. I don't think we can send anyone out without the gas mask. Not this early. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party. Another time we needed the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. Nice! Okay, Okay, so untouched would be +1 harmonica. Good thing we grabbed that suitcase. What we found inside will definitely prove useful. So 1 radio. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, and we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. Thank goodness. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Honestly, I think this one's a little more balanced than last time. Hello, Sea Alien 2255. It depends what the question about the stream is. I mean, if it's something like, why is it on mute? Like the music is on mute, it's because, we don't have the music going, because if I remember right, like InSim was running into issues with like copyright stuff. So I decided to, because he mentioned something like that, that made me realize, okay, I should probably play this with the stream on mute, just because I don't want to have to deal, sorry, not the stream on mute, but the music on mute, just because I don't want to have to deal with like, with possible content ID claims on YouTube. See Alien 2255, please stop there. If you don't, I will ban you from my stream. I am not okay with unsolicited advertisement. That is like very spammy. So please don't do that to me. And for future reference, don't go around being like, hey, check out my portfolio on people's streams. It's just it's like unsolicited advertising, and that's just very spammy and something that most people, I think, find very annoying. So even if you're human, like there's a major issue with like bots doing that on Twitch. So like, just FYI, that's something that is very upsetting and annoying to a lot of people. Not trying to be a jerk, but I've had issues with like, essentially people and or robots coming into my chat being like, oh, check out, like, buy subs or do this or pay me to do this. And it's really annoying. I hate getting messages like that. And the other thing is, whenever someone asks like, hey, can I ask you something? It's a bad sign. Like, usually people are asking that because they're asking something that they know they shouldn't ask. Like, I've had too many issues with men, especially saying something like that, and then it turns out they're trying to hit on me, or like, else people saying that because they're trying to sell me something. Both cases, it's just, I'm way less, how do I put this? I'm way less trusting of people on the internet than I used to be, just because I've had so many bad experiences to the point where it's like, after a pattern or after like a long amount of something reoccurring over time, it just gets to the point where it's like, it wears me down and I don't have the patience for people, especially people who are new to the chat, saying things that are sus that I would have had like half a year ago. So yeah, sorry to complain, but I am very annoyed of people doing like unsolicited advertising, and I'm also annoyed with like, this is more of an issue I have on YouTube, but with people like acting just not appropriately for what audience members should act like. It's sorry, I don't want to be like mean. I don't want to be mean. I'm just like, I've had a lot of issues with audience members on YouTube lately that it's like, I feel like I need to vent sometimes and talk about like the things that are bothering me, just because otherwise it's like, it's hard on my mental health to like just keep all that bottled up. Sorry, we've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay, no one's hungry yet. What we would give to be able to enjoy the sunshine again. We can't say there's a lot of light underground. We don't expect it to get any brighter down here. Yeah. Day 2. Okay. Do we have to take care of ourselves, or will someone come to our rescue? I hope someone rescues us. No one's doing badly yet. We're not gonna send anyone on an expedition because we don't have the gas mask. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects. Or worse! It's worse! There's spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. First, wait, I don't want to do the first aid kit. I want to do the scout handbook. Sounds like the radio? I think there's a way to get Mary Jane to turn mutant from spiders, but I don't know how common that actually is. We always knew books were precious. They are the perfect weapon for They are the perfect weapon for waging total war on insectoids of any kind. Fear will keep the local spiders in line. Fear of the scout handbook. While chasing them around the shelter, we found a misplaced water bottle. That was a good hunt. +1. Nice, we got water. We got water. Okay, day 3. They're all just thirsty, so we're not going to give them anything. We don't want to do an expedition. Okay, our neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Good news. Oh no, we don't have the gas mask. That's the thing. I really would have liked the gas mask because if we had that, we could do this. Good news, everyone. The government just announced they will be dropping crates filled with supplies in our area. Finally, they're useful for something. We should head out to get to those crates as soon as possible. Grabbing some protection gear might not be a bad idea. The thing is, we can't do this. We can't. Okay. So we could have used extra supplies, but because we don't have the gas mask, we can't. Okay, day 4. It was too dangerous to go out there without any protection, so we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. Dehydrated. Okay, at my little notepad, I'm going to say, all water tomorrow. No, we're not going to do an expedition. This dreadful silence is becoming boring. And like every happy model family, we don't have that many things to talk about. I think it's funny that they're described as being like a model family because in retrospect, they kind of are. It's like the mom, the dad, the 2 kids, like the boy and the girl. It's like very stereotypical almost. Like very much so like the archetype. So I'm like, yeah, it's interesting that they describe themselves that way because I guess they would feel pressure to conform to the society a lot because of the world that they live in. Yeah, let's do the radio. Day 5. How fortunate we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? I hope. I don't know if they would in an apocalypse because you'd have to have like people to operate the radio system or whatever. And then you'd also have to have like the broadcasting equipment still survive and be within range. So Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Okay. Dehydrated. We're gonna switch this to none of them need water tomorrow. We really miss the life we had. The space, the sky, the food, more food. We wish we could go back to a time before this darned bomb dropped. It looks kind of like Mary Jane has tomato soup in her hair. I just realized that. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. Okay, none of them need anything today or tomorrow. Okay, Timmy is only hungry. And it's still radioactive. We're not big fans of our strange smelling shelter, but when we started to smell something burning, we quickly realized how much we prefer the nothingness on fire scent it had before. A fire? We need to put it out and save our supplies. We don't have time to save them all. What do we save? The radio. Because I think we need the radio for the endings, or at least some of the endings. And I guess that means the scout handbook has been charred. We need our source of information. We went for the radio first, and were able to grab it before it was engulfed by flames. Unfortunately, our other supplies weren't so lucky. We need to evaluate our losses. -1 scout book. Okay, hungry. Okay, we are still radioactive. Dolores has not been very talkative lately. Should we chat with her and find out what's going on? Yeah. Let's chat with her. Talking to Dolores has helped resolve some of her issues. How about getting Timmy something to drink? Okay, hungry, thirsty, starvation. So that will be feed Timmy tomorrow. Hello, Wholesome is back. Welcome to the chat. Or welcome to the stream. So this is my second run of 60 seconds, and we need to make sure we feed Timmy tomorrow. And it's still too irradiated to go out because we don't have the gas mask. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker. We can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Yeah, let's use the radio. Good news! The government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. Okay. Dehydrated. So that means... Okay. We needed to feed Timmy today. So... feed Ted tomorrow. Oh! Thank you! I'm doing pretty well overall. It's getting towards spring, so my allergies are starting to be a problem again. Feed Ted tomorrow. Okay. Feed and water Dolores. Feed and water Dolores. Okay. Aw. Okay, Mary Jane needs water, and Timmy will need water. Water, Mary Jane plus Timmy. Yeah. Thank you for the kind words. Let's see. It's still too irradiated. We know very little. Okay, I did for sure. Okay, we need to feed him today. We know very little about what's going on outside. It would be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Yeah, let's use the radio. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement system. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel to the surface now. Oh, we should travel to the surface soon then? Okay, and I said, feed Ted, feed and water Dolores. Feed Ted, food and water Dolores. And then water Mary Jane plus Timmy. Water Mary Jane plus Timmy. Okay, I said feed Ted. Oh, I accidentally gave him the wrong thing. So it's feed Ted tomorrow, feed and water Dolores. And water Mary Jane plus Timmy. Otherwise, it's going to be, tomorrow will be water Ted, feed Timmy and Mary Jane. Water Ted, feed Timmy plus MJ. Hopefully I did that correctly. Yeah, let's prepare for an expedition. While Mary Jane was rummaging through her belongings, she found a single plant seed. We have no idea what kind of seed it is, but maybe it's the start of something great. If we're lucky, it might be an apple tree, or cherry tree, or something edible. We need to use a bottle of water to plant it. How about that? We have enough water, I will risk this. 11. What? What did I give him wrong? How the was I actually... What did I do wrong? I thought I apparently I needed to water Ted that day and not just feed Ted that day. I'm really not doing well at this. Crap, he's dead now? Okay, I guess I can look at this as it's one less person to correctly give items to. We're just gonna have to play on without Ted. One less body to water, I guess. I really screwed that up. Anyways, this is going bad. We better make sure she doesn't die. Okay, it's apparently I just need to feed Timmy and MJ. So tomorrow will be water Dolores. Wait, feed Dolores tomorrow. Yeah, poor Ted. I screwed up. Last round, I literally screwed up and fed... Sorry. I managed to accidentally starve Timmy to death last round. So I've been doing the thing where I try and let them live one day on starvation or dehydration. But I'm not doing a very good job of it because last round, Timmy ran away. This round, Ted dies on like day 10 or day 11. So this is not going well. Wait, if I'm sending someone outside, we're gonna send Timmy. Suitcase, axe, the map. Send him with soup, an axe, and a map. Let's just try and get him to survive. Yeah, this is probably our best bet. Just send Timmy out with everything and hope. Here's the thing, if there are only 2 people in the shelter, I'm better about making sure to not accidentally kill them. Less people to correctly keep track of. Okay. Okay, I said feed Dolores, so next time it'll be feed MJ. We're only feeding Dolores today, since this is Mary Jane's first day of starvation. So you're killing everyone off one by one. So here's the thing. I heard that supposedly you can let your people live one day on dehydration or one day on starvation. Either I'm doing it incorrectly and screwing up and giving them the wrong thing, or else that's not true 100% of the time. So I was trying to do a strategy to ration the stuff as much as possible, but instead, yeah, I accidentally murdered Timmy last round and Ted this round. Okay, murdered isn't the word because they're fictional characters in a video game and I didn't intentionally kill them off. But I have managed to accidentally starve them a couple times. It's not going very well. Starvation. Okay. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything under alert. Blah, blah, blah. Either way, it's the twins. Yeah, we're gonna send Mary Jane. We hear the radio. Okay. Let's feed Mary Jane this time. Okay, when we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. I hope they don't go insane for being next to Ted. Okay, thirsty, hungry, okay. Neither of them need anything tomorrow. Well, look at it this way. The next victim either has to be Timmy or Mary Jane, because if I screw up with Dolores, the entire run ends. Because you can't survive with just the kids, I think. So I better not accidentally, plead to Dolores's death. So, what was that? Okay, I did for sure feed Mary Jane. Okay. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. We don't have a med kit, so this is gonna go really bad if any of them get sick. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Okay, hungry, dehydration. So, water, girls, next time. Okay. Hungry, dehydration. Okay. Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. Who would go hunting? Mary Jane? Because if someone's gonna get hurt, it has to be her. Oh, is that her leaving? Or Timmy coming back? Oh, look, the soup can has a plant in it now. Okay. We found the herd and were able to bring down something that looked like a two-headed donkey that was carrying a package of sorts. Before we could get to it, a giant bird of prey swooped down, grabbed the carcass, and flew away. All that remained were a few cans of soup that fell out of the donkey's pack. Well, at least we're not having to try and cook a donkey in a fallout shelter, so tomato soup's for the best. Okay. Okay, last time I said water both girls. So... Okay, neither of them are hungry. Sorry, neither of them are starving today, so neither of them gets food today or tomorrow. There we were, thinking it's a day just like any other day here, when Mary Jane confronted us. She said it's her birthday, but she doesn't want a gift. Not in this situation, not in this economy. Well, she's too young to be giving orders around here, so she's getting a birthday present, and that's that. We just need to pick out something. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. She's so thoughtful. Yeah, let's give her bug spray. Oh, that's what that sound is. That's like bug spray sound. Kids these days are all about those spray deodorants. The anti-bug spray probably works the same way. Mary Jane was so excited. It's sad that like bug spray is like considered a great gift. Okay, yesterday I didn't say to feed or water either of them. Oh, I have to go. Anyway, it was lovely meeting you. I hope the rest of your stream goes well. Well, thank you very much, Wholesome is back. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi. Have a great day. Let's see. Okay, there. Starvation. So, feed girls next tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Have a great night to you as well. The more we know about what's going on outside, the better for us. Let's gather around the radio and see if we can tune into a station. Oh, that's growing into something. Nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Okay, we need to feed both of them. Okay. So I don't need to give either of them anything tomorrow. Plants are usually green, so it shouldn't be too worrying that Mary Jane's plant is a bit glowy. It shines with a healthy greenish color. Maybe that means it will bear more fruit, or vegetables, or whatever those twisted things hanging from the plant are. Shall we collect them now? Yeah, why not? Ooh, radio sound? Good call with the plant. We were able to procure 4 cans worth of food from it. The glow seems to give it extra nutritional value. Plus 4 soup. Getting something to drink from Mary Jane. Okay. Thirsty, hungry. Oh, we don't have the map. We were able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is, they provided us with geographical coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, it's just complete gobbledygook. Do we have a map, but Timmy has it? I hope Timmy returns, because... Timmy! Do you have it? He brought the map back! Timmy! Oh, Timmy must be really sad to see, because was Ted dead when he was last year? He must be really sad about that. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully, we'll get lucky next time. We're so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now, so we got back the suitcase, the axe, the map. During our expedition, we stumbled across a half-ruined wall with some half-burnt painting on it. We quickly realized we found the ruins of our local museum. Normally, we would never enter an establishment like that without a ticket, but desperate times call for desperate measures. We jumped over the turnstile without looking back. In front of the museum canteen, we found a box with some water bottles in it. It was probably left there by some delivery company. That delivery company is probably out of business now. Our guess is it was blown out of the market. Well, that's sad. Between the rubble, we found a half-destroyed statue of a lady. She didn't have a lot of clothes on, save for a gas mask somebody put on her face, probably as a joke. We were hesitant to approach as the lady was dressed immodestly. But then we saw she was holding an urn. As long as there's an urn, it's art, and it's okay to look at it. Everyone knows that. And then we got the gas mask, so yay, plus gas mask. And that's the thing, like, if I remember correctly from art history, people used to be like, oh, it's so immodest if you paint a woman naked, but as long as she's a goddess, it's fine. As long as the person you're depicting naked is actually Venus, then it's totally fine. So, so that's art logic for you. That is art logic for you. The gift shop was in a sorry state. While it's still standing, the whole place was flooded with souvenirs and junk. And I mean, sometimes with art, sometimes there's a fine line between whether or not it's art or whether or not it's just explicit. And sometimes it's hard to judge that with art. Sometimes it's hard to judge what the actual intention of art is. The gift shop was in a sorry state. While it's still standing, the whole place was flooded with souvenirs and junk, or both. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. The only useful thing we found was a padlock that was securing the safe behind the counter. The safe itself was empty, of course, but we got a padlock! We got a padlock! Yes! Because that'll help against bandits. The last expedition got us thinking, maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow. Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burnt out. But if we find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We'd better keep an eye out for those on our future expeditions. Let's see. Timmy just got back, so let's make sure to feed him. Wait, no, he's only hungry. Okay. So, okay, she's... Okay. Feed and water Dolores, water Mary Jane. Plus... Okay. Let's see, water and feed her tomorrow. I don't think we'll send anyone else out quite yet. It's not easy to be calm in these circumstances. Hopefully we'll keep our peace, or else we might need to act like wolves. Survival of the fittest and all. Because the thing is, I want to make sure to have someone, like, available to do the map thing. Okay. It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness to our lives. Okay. Let's feed and water her. Water Mary Jane. Okay, let's just feed him so that way I don't accidentally screw up and starve Timmy. Okay, we have a working radio. Why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a broadcast or two. Yeah, let's do that. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Okay, hungry, starvation, tired, dehydrated. So, feed MJ, water Timmy. Let's feed MJ, water Timmy. When conducting our daily supply count, we've noticed that a soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there just yesterday. That could only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. Mary Jane, she's hungry. Wait, Dolores. Let's say Dolores because she's only hungry. What's that knocking sound? Okay, we all looked up to you, Dolores. How could you do this to us? Truly, nobody can be trusted in these troubled times. -1 soup? So I guess we didn't figure out who the right thief was, maybe. Or, I'm confused. I assume that we just didn't get it right, so that way we don't get the soup back. Or maybe, like, was there a right answer and I got it wrong? Okay, I said, feed MJ, water Timmy. Feed MJ, water Timmy. We don't have to give either of them anything tomorrow. We were paid a visit today by a young man worried about his twin sister, who went missing in a bandit camp not long ago, while acting as a spy and trying to get her hands on the plans of the new bandit fortress. He seems to trust us fully and is very friendly, but obviously concerned. He asks that we come to his aid in his hour of need, and really good things might happen to us if we manage to succeed. We're gonna send Mary Jane. It sounded like a gunshot. Okay, but Mary Jane came back and look at her face. She looks like she just... Wait. Her eyes... Oh my gosh. Now I feel worse about Mary Jane because it's like, it's not her staring off into space. She's staring into the eyes of a skeleton. Like, look at where her eyes are pointing. It's like at a skeleton. Okay, the young man was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her a weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader is actually their father. Crazy, small world we live in. Anyway, they were really thankful and promised to contact us again soon. Wait, what? So the bandit leader was their dad? Maybe they can, hopefully they are able to... I don't know. Maybe if these are the twins, then I hope that they can all reunite and not all die. Like, I hope that the dad can join them in their completed camp eventually. Okay, so yesterday I didn't say to do anything to them. Okay. So, hungry, fatigued, thirsty, thirsty, hungry, hungry. I don't think we want to send any of them out yet because we have enough supplies that I don't want to keep sending them out. I want to try and get events instead. We've always wanted to throw a party with a huge cake. For some reason, it never worked. One time we were promised a great cake and it turned out it was a lie. That was a disappointment. We weren't glad. What is... I want to look this up. The cake is a lie? Okay, apparently the cake is a lie is a catchphrase from the 2007 video game Portal. I was wondering what that was a reference to. Apparently it's a reference to Portal. That was a disappointment. We weren't glad. We're definitely getting a cake when the radioactive clouds are gone. We need the map for the military ending still. We can make it work, even in Toronto. Again, I think it's funny that, again, it's like, I get that it's said like the probably 50s or 60s, and so I love how there's this little rivalry with Canada in the game. So let me Google this. Did America and Canada get along in the Cold War? Okay. So according to Wikipedia, which is not necessarily a good source, okay, let's see. Prime Minister, some name, working closely with his foreign, blah, blah, blah. I'm not really sure. Apparently after the mid-20th century onwards, Canada and the United States became extremely close partners, and Canada was a close ally of the United States during the Cold War. But I'm also thinking, like, I thought Americans had, like, kind of a negative view of Canada sometimes because, like, people who were fleeing from the draft would go to Canada, and so I thought that Americans kind of had something of a rivalry with Canada during the Cold War period. But again, I'm not 100% sure because I wasn't actually alive during that time. I'm a 90s baby, so I was not around during the Cold War. Okay. Feed plus water Dolores. Water MJ, feed Timmy. Mary Jane didn't utter a single word today. This is very odd. Maybe someone should find out what's going on with her? Yeah, why not? Ooh, knocking at the door? Is that good or bad? Nothing solves problems better than an honest conversation over a hot beverage. We don't have the latter, but talking alone seems to do the trick. Okay. So we said, feed and water Dolores. Feed and water Dolores, water MJ, feed Timmy. Tomorrow will be feed MJ. So yeah, and I also want to be clear that I'm not like being like, oh my gosh, America during this time was wonderful. I just think the world building is good. Like, I would not want to live during this, like, I wouldn't want to live during the Cold War era because I know there were a lot of major problems with that. like there were a lot of major reasons why that era wouldn't have been a great time to be alive. Oh, as we're about to start our book club discussion on the only book we've all read, the phone book. What do you mean they've all read the phone book? That just reminds me of... So I have this line for I think it's like Something Your Weight radio podcast show. It has some long name that I can never remember. But I play like Tempest Wilson in that, and she has this line about... And I'm worried that the phone book may someday become obsolete. Like, she's terrified that the phone book is going to become obsolete. And it's just the most ridiculous thing. But it just reminds me of that. Like, I guess the phone book was like a really big deal to old people. Not old people, but to people who lived prior to the internet. Like, the phone book was a huge deal. So I think it's funny that the phone book was like such a big deal way back when. The only book we've all read, the phone book, we were interrupted by rapid knocking at the door. We found out it was a group of refugees who survived the blast just like we did. They were doing much worse than us and begged us to provide them with any water, food, or medical supplies we could spare. So I'll give them either water or food. Okay, we have more food. We're going to give them one food. Hear the radio. And I'm glad to see I didn't accidentally starve Mary Jane or something. Okay, our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out there. I wonder if that was like had to do with the twins ending, or if it's just something you can do, but it doesn't reward you at all. Okay, so to feed Mary Jane today. Okay. Fatigued, hungry, dehydrated. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw something out the window. I was being distracted there. Okay, we need to water Timmy tomorrow. Okay, so feed MG today, water Timmy tomorrow. Timmy has been talking about going out to the surface to explore, run, dance, and play with whatever burnt remains can be found. While we would gladly jump at a chance to get him some fresh air. We would gladly jump at a chance to get him some fresh air, though we are worried the exposure to radioactivity out there will effectively ruin his fun by turning him into a terrifying mutant. Should we let Timmy out? I mean, I don't know if we have enough radiation. Like, it's day 26. I'd like to know... Wait, fatigued, starved, fatigued. I want to know why it won't let any of us, won't let me do the go outside thing. Huh. Yeah, let's let him out. Hopefully he doesn't dehydrate to death out there. Oh, I hear the radio. That's a good sign. Wait, I sent him out into the wasteland dehydrated? Oh, crap. He's gonna not come back. If I send him out dehydrated, like, that's a bad sign. Like, dehydrated with no items is not a good mix. Like, I just think I might have accidentally, like, said, like, I was gonna water him the next day. I was waiting to water him. So, we might have accidentally spelled Timmy's doom. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's not good. When we consented, Timmy almost hit his head on the ceiling. We figured that if he doesn't encounter any savages, mutated beasts, or killer minds, he should be fine and back soon enough. No, because I didn't water him and I sent him out dehydrated. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Well, we're gonna have to deal with it because I don't think he's coming back. Okay, fatigued, hungry. Okay, we're not giving either of the girls anything today. But anyways, we're probably gonna be down to the 2 women again because I screwed up and wasn't realizing that that was a, hey, he's actually gonna be gone. I thought that was just a, hey, he'll be back to the shelter the next day. If I knew he was going out into the wasteland, I would have given him water. So fatigued and hungry, fatigued and hungry. Yes, we have the map. We're gonna do this. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seemed very eager to evacuate us away from here, but then went over several things that needed to happen before they do it. The first item on the list is up to us. We are given geographical coordinates and need to get out there to leave a sign we're still alive. This should be easy with a map. Yeah, we're gonna do that. What's that sound? It sounded kind of like writing. Like ghost writing and phasmophobia. That's not a good... No, it didn't really sound quite like that. But it sounded kind of like a marker writing on the paper. Okay, a quick glance at them. Timmy's alive! We are going to water Timmy today. We are gonna water Timmy today. Okay, a quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. We're so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wastelands and is safe with us now. Oh my gosh, it's a kitty catching a mouse. That's so cute. Okay, water Timmy. Okay, a hungry... Feed Dolores tomorrow. A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just 1 can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us an angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Yeah, it's gonna be Sherikov. It's Sherikov! It's Sherikov! It's little baby Sherikov. I just love cats. Like, cats are just the sweetest little things in the whole wide world. Like, I just have a very soft spot in my heart for cats. Okay, as soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sherikov. Is that its name? Yes, it is Sherikov's name. -1 soup. Dolores has barely any strength left. Like, yada, yada, yada. Okay, yesterday I said feed Dolores. We're gonna feed Dolores. Okay. So tomorrow will be water Dolores. Okay. Feed and water MJ. The next of all, Timmy needs nothing yet. Okay, ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about the other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Or does it lead? It's time we checked it out. Yeah, let's use the flashlight. I mean, the worst is one of our characters gets eaten, right? Oh, the cat's up there now. Timmy is like just staring off into where the burnt scout book was. Mary Jane's still kind of... No, it's like, I don't know if she's really looking down there. It's more like she's looking off into space now. Okay, we inspected every corner of the room and found nothing. Well, that was a waste of time. I didn't want to use the gun because I was afraid it would break. So that's why I used the flashlight. Okay. So yesterday I said I would... Oh, there's a phone ringing. I'm going to be right back. My apologies for that. Yeah, I don't think that phone call was for me. So I think it's for a family member. So I am back. Okay, I said I would water Dolores, feed and water MJ. Okay, so she needs No food tomorrow. Okay, we don't need to do anything to them tomorrow because they're only hungry today. Okay, we saw something strange on our way back from the expedition. A chain of lights on the horizon, pulsing and flashing in a chaotic manner. It didn't make much sense to us at the time, but when we discussed it in the shelter, Timmy said it might be a secret scout signal. Oh, he would need to check out the signal by himself and decode it using the scout book. No, that burned earlier. Let's prepare and send Timmy out again. I'll feed him if we're gonna send him out. Okay, we have doubts about it being a legitimate signal from real scouts. We're not risking walking into a bandit trap. Better just forget we saw anything. Okay. Okay, we need to make a choice for today's expedition. Okay, so fatigued, hungry, fatigued, hungry, hungry, fatigued, thirsty. We're gonna send Timmy out. Let's give him the suitcase, the gas mask, the axe, and the... Let's give him the map. I really hope he comes back because we're giving him we're giving him food, we're giving him water, we're giving him a bunch of items. If he doesn't come back, we're really not gonna do well. Okay, day 32. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. So I sent him the suitcase, the gas mask, the axe, and the map. So Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Hungry, fatigued. So I don't have anything written as I need to give them anything. Oh, crap. We should have sent him with the gun. When we hear a knock on the door and decide to open, our heart's rate always goes up a bit. Fortunately, this time it wasn't some bloodthirsty raiders, but the brother and sister that we befriended some time ago. They're quite ambitious. Together with their group, they're trying to construct a few houses and make a small camp. If we have an axe, we could help them with the construction. Nope, we gave the axe to Timmy, who I really hope brings it back. We wish we had an axe. Its wood-chopping qualities are quite useful, but it's even better as a deadly weapon against bandits. Either way, we obviously couldn't help our friends today. Okay. So we need to feed Dolores tomorrow. Feed. Fatigued, hungry, thirsty. Fatigued, thirsty, starvation. Shirikov is still a fresh addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on it. And believe it or not, just today we noticed something else on its collar. It seems to have a metal plate with an address on it, and it's not far. Should we take a quick trip and see what's there? No. Kitty can stay here. Kitty doesn't need to go to someone else. Kitty can stay here with us. This cat belongs to us now. It's our new dear friend and a valuable addition to our bunker. We managed to use it as a pillow for a whole 10 seconds yesterday before it almost scratched our eyes out. Clearly, it's very fond of us. It's staying, and that's final. Aww. Yeah, no, I get the vibe. Junie Megan did like to bite people. She did not like to be held. So there were numerous times throughout my teenage years where she'd bite people, and it's just it's impossible to stay mad at a cat. It is literally impossible to stay mad at a cat. Oh my gosh. She also would try and lick directly out of people's glasses of water, and if there wasn't enough water to lick out of, she would knock the glass over, spill the glass, spill water all over, and try and lick it up that way. And it's it is very destructive and annoying, but it's cute. She was a cat. We literally could not stay mad at her. I could never stay mad at her. She was sometimes destructive, sometimes a little bit aggressive, but she's a cat. It's impossible to stay mad at cats. It's literally impossible to stay mad at cats. Oh, and we're lucky we don't have Ted alive still, because if I remember correctly, Ted can become, like, sick from cats. So, okay. Okay, yesterday I said, okay, feed Dolores. And tomorrow will be water Dolores. And Mary Jane will be food and water MJ. Okay, we could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today, and the numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that a teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and lead them to a nearby building where they're relatively safe. And we could really use whatever they have. We could really use it, right? No. Because I think this locks out the twin ending. I think this makes it so that we, like, can't get the twin ending. So I think we have to choose no on that. And the thing is, the twin ending might be the one that we end up able to achieve if we do get the axe back. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We are not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values, even in these troubled times. Especially in these troubled times. Let's set a shining example and leave these poor people alone. Okay, I said water Dolores, food and water MJ. Okay, water Dolores. And she is only... Okay, she's only hungry right now. Okay, we played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out. But who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis? Mary Jane, because if Dolores dies, we game over? When we opened the safe, we heard a loud bang and the room filled with thick, nasty smoke that smelled of rotten eggs. The curse word booby-trapped the safe. Sure, it slowed us down, but it didn't stop us from taking his most prized possessions. Take that, Ned. Is that a Simpsons reference? Too bad we won't ever get the stench off our clothes now. So we got +1 cards. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Okay, fatigued, hungry. Okay, we're gonna give her food because I think she can only heal if we feed her. Okay. Yeah, let's for sure give her food. Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Yes, maybe we can repair the burnt handbook. Oh, Ted is back. Sorry, not Ted, Timmy. Timmy is back. Yay, Timmy is back! Timmy! Okay, Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision. Oh, crap. Timmy didn't bring back the axe. To a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Gas mask and map, which means he's down the axe. One of the buildings to withstand the blast turned out to be our local bus station. If any passengers survived, they've long since abandoned the buses, leaving behind hordes of personal belongings, backpacks, bags, sacks, and one guy even left a cupboard. It was difficult to resist looking into it. Guess what? There was another, smaller cupboard inside. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. Darn it! We really liked that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. Crap. We're down the frickin' axe, which we need. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burnt out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will prove more lucky. Okay, hungry, fatigued, tired. Fatigued, hungry, sick, tired. Fatigued, starved. Yeah, let's give... Okay, we need to feed Dolores tomorrow. Yeah, we need to give her food. We are locked out of endings. Unless we get the cat ending, we're locked out. We received another army transmission this morning. We wish it would mark the end of our stay in the shelter. Let's do an expedition. We can only send Dolores. Yeah. We're gonna send Dolores out. We have to. Even if she dies, we have to send someone to get an axe. Okay, we're not lumberjacks and we're not chopping down that park. Maybe another time. Okay. So, she's fatigued, thirsty, hungry. Yeah, we're out of suitcases. Send her with a gun. If Dolores dies, it's game over, but we need to get an axe. And we can't send Timmy or Mary Jane out right now because they're both either, I think they're tired or something. Okay. Okay, so... let's give them both water this time. We're low on food. Timmy didn't say a word about it, but when he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or some other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty, and we need to do something about it. So anyways, I think we just need to come to terms with the fact that if anyone lives, it's Dolores, and both her children are gonna die in front of her. That's not a very pleasant thing to say, but I'm just like, I don't think we can save them. We don't have a med kit. We don't have, like, anything there. Yeah, he's sick. He looks both of them are sick. The only one who's not sick is Dolores, and she had to go on the expedition because of that. The best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma always said. Of course, she's dead now and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the fine age of 25. Okay. Wait. Thank you! Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Mary Jane is all well now. Okay, so if I understand correctly, if we keep the people fully fed when they're sick or injured, I can't remember which it is, or if it's one or both, but there is a chance, and I don't know how high the chance is, there is a chance that they may recover. So that's why I kept feeding her. Okay, we don't need to give her anything. Fatigued, tired, hungry. Okay. Yeah, let's give her... we really need Dolores to come back. The holes in our bunker walls aren't big enough for the rats. They can easily fit a cat. We noticed that Chirikov has been sneaking outside every other night and coming back in the morning. Maybe it found something edible nearby and likes to go out for a midnight snack. If that's the case, we want in on this plan. Should we follow it next time it goes outside? No. The thing is, I don't think this actually gives food. So I'm gonna say no. Let's just let Kitty be. No, Kitty's gonna just be. Oh, I hear knocking. Is that good or bad? If the poor creature wants to run around a bit and chase radioactive moths in the nuclear wasteland, who are we to say no? We need to respect the cat's independence. Honestly, we probably need to respect it. Not that we're scared of it or anything, but sometimes it has a certain look in its eye, like it knows something that we don't. Best leave it be. Well, cats are very independent creatures. They're very independent creatures. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. Okay, so he is hungry still. Oh, crap. We're gonna have to keep feeding him. Fatigued, tired, hungry, sick. Yes, we're doing this. We're doing this. We need food. So we're gonna do the food for the gas mask. Because we keep having to feed the people. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going next. -1 gas mask, +2 food, which means someone probably wants a gas mask somewhere. Mary Jane is still tired. Let's give her some time to recover. Okay. Fatigued, tired, thirsty, hungry. Fatigued, tired, sick. Let's give him water. The siblings are back just like they promised, and they're asking for our help. Their group is too big to fit where they currently reside, so they want to build a small camp nearby. They could really use someone with able hands and an axe to work on house construction. Should we send someone to help them? No, because we don't have an axe. If they wanted to if all they needed were hands, we could send Mary Jane, but they need an axe, and we don't have an axe. So... I really hope Dolores is okay. It's unfortunate, but we don't have any tools, and we can't just chop wood with our bare hands. Yeah, this... in Valheim... Yeah, I think even in Valheim you have to have an axe for bigger trees. No matter how determined we are, we had to refuse. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Yeah, let's give her water. I need to be better about keeping track of this. Fatigued, tired, sick, and she's just dehydrated. So I don't need to give either of them anything tomorrow. Okay, we welcomed a probably crazy alleged scientist into our shelter today. Turns out, Sherikov is not only an incredibly ill-mannered pet, but also the scientist's highly valued assistant, whom he calls Dr. Sherikov. The cat's disappearance has left the doc struggling with his latest project. He expects us to help him out as compensation for keeping his helper away. The cat didn't care. It clearly wants to stay. The doc might be really crazy, but maybe his knowledge is something that can help us out in the long run. Oh dear. Someone's sneezing. Oh, poor Timmy. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Okay, so he is fatigued and sick. She is fatigued, tired, hungry. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they've branched out and now they offer other items too. Smart girls. Checkerboard for flashlight isn't a good deal. Medkit for map is. Because I don't think there are any other situations where we need the map, right? There might be. If we get the Monty Python event, that's bad. Yeah, let's do the map to heal Timmy. Day 45. Dolores, you're back. You lived. Thank you, Dolores. No axe. The girls were very kind and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. -1 map, +1 medkit. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland, +1 gun. Our family would never visit a bar, never ever, unless it was the apocalypse and we were out of food and water and just happened to run into one of those establishments. Guess what? We did. I would have known that tomato soup used to be such a popular snack in a bar. We found a few cans of it and took them with us. Meaning 1 can. Oh crap. If we don't do anything about Timmy's sickness, it might get worse. Yeah, we're gonna send Mary Jane to do that. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heal Timmy so we can send him out. Fatigued, hungry, thirsty. Okay. We're gonna send Mary Jane to check on that. I hear the radio. Kitty's up there. Okay, a shocking discovery. It was a dirty ice cream truck. It was a little crispy around the edges, and it was also missing wheels and some other crucial parts, but the seats were fairly comfortable. Wouldn't it be amazing to just drive away and leave this radioactive hell behind us? Mary Jane seemed sleepy all the time. Mary Jane is... Okay, so we need to... Starvation... Feed D and MJ tomorrow. So he's just fatigued. We're gonna send him out. We're gonna send Timmy with a gun. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Okay. I think it was feed both of them today. Yeah, it's feed both of them today. Okay, you're dehydrated. Water, D, and MJ. The army isn't coming, not yet anyway, that's today's radio news. Instead, they have been broadcasting a request for all citizens to assist them by cutting down trees in the nearby park. We don't have an axe. We don't know if some fancy general needs it for his fireplace or what, but they suggested it's either that or no evacuation. The choice is pretty obvious to us, that we're gonna die here in the shelter because both the twins and the army need an axe. Oh, a knock? We're not lumberjacks, and we're not chopping down that park. Maybe another time. Okay, we need to give you both water. Wait, what? Mary Jane contracted an illness? That's bad. Okay, that's really bad. So she's ill. We need to give you water. And food. Okay, the cat wandered out of the shelter and returned with a small note from the crazy scientist, urging us to help him with his next project. He's building some sort of vehicular contraption, but gave us no details. He only wrote that if all goes well, we can use this vehicle to get out of the wasteland. The doc told us to start stockpiling for the trip. That isn't going to work well. Starting with several bottles of water. He'll come around to pick them up soon. We're going to be locked out of an ending. I think we're going to be locked out of an ending. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, who knows what'll happen. Okay. Fatigued, hungry, fatigued, sick, hungry. Sorry, let me make sure I don't have anything written down there. Okay. We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. Oh, crap. No. They must have some supplies. In our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? This isn't going to give us enough supplies for the scientist ending, so I don't think so. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We are not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values, even in these troubled times. Especially in these troubled times. Let's set a shining example, and leave these poor people alone. Okay. Feed Dolores tomorrow. Mary Jane is... Yeah, let's feed her once. We're about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? Yeah, why not? Just give us an axe, please. Is that Timmy? No axe, but we did get the handbook. Our visitor was happy to get some ammunition. In return, he offered us rations. It wasn't much, but something is always better than nothing. -1 ammo plus 1 soup. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We've been discussing selling our house and moving someplace else. But in truth, we didn't exactly picture things as they turned out. We missed the old place. It was only natural that we decided to take a look and see if any of it was still standing. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans, plus 2. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt, plus 2 water. Only a handful of books survived the apocalypse. They were scattered all over our lawn. Many of them were badly burned, but a scout handbook with the number 13 scribbled on the first page was barely touched. So that's so awesome, because the other one we had burned, so it's a good thing Timmy must have had too. Oh crap, we have only a lock now to defend against bandits. So much for our rifle. It got damaged during our expedition. -1 rifle. Okay, so what did I say that we need to give them? Feed Dolores. I think we need to just realize that we're going to have to get rid of Mary Jane. Yes, we can give them water. We'll give her 1 food. We're gonna send Mary Jane out tomorrow, I think. It's a trash thing to do, but I think we're gonna do it. Yes. Because we're gonna have to give out what we're gonna get rid of the thing is, we need to send someone out to try and get something. And we're gonna be extremely low on water. So we need to send someone, even if that person has a chance to die. And we can't send Dolores because if she dies, it's game over. So we have to send Mary Jane even though she's sick. Because Timmy is still too tired. The doc came knocking on our door to collect the supplies that he requested. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna give him the water. We shared what we could. Thankfully, it was enough. The doc nodded with approval and promised he'd come back before disappearing with our supplies. We're still wondering if we made the right decision. We're down to 1 water. Water, MJ. We need to feed Dolores today. Wait, we don't have to feed her. It's... Because you're dehydrated, we're gonna give you water. Sick, fatigued, sick, dehydration, fatigued, tired. Mary Jane. We're gonna send her with the scout book. She's probably gonna die because she's sick. Dehydration. This is so bad. What's that glowing in your pockets, Timmy? Oh no, mutated ants. Their terrifying little mandibles almost gave Dolores a heart attack. She wants them out, but Timmy says it's the beginning of an atomic ant farm. Dolores is going to... Like, I just don't want atomic ants in the shelter. A knock? We should answer it. We're almost out of water. On the top of atomic ant farms... Sorry, on the top of Atomic Ant Farm, Dolores put her foot down several times. She swatted them and stomped furiously, with a look of glee on her face, until all the insects were dealt with. Timmy was mortified. Fatigued, tired, hungry. We are so screwed. We don't have an axe. We don't have an axe. So if Timmy gets thirsty again, we can't give him water. We have to save the water for Dolores. So Timmy's gonna die soon. It's unfortunate, but we don't have any tools and we can't just chop wood with our bare hands. She's starved. So tomorrow will be feed Dolores. Yes. Yes! Oh, this is what we need! This is what we need! A woman came with a creature she claims is a camel, provided that camels have 5 legs. The animal is carrying a pack of goods for trade. And the only one we have to trade is the radio, but it'll give us 4 water. Yes, we are doing this. Thank goodness we got the water. We still need an axe, but water is what we need here. We exchanged goods with the trader, and she went her way. Before she left, she insisted that we should listen to radio broadcasts if we ever want to get out of that shelter and find a safer place to be. Oh, we can't. I mean, the thing is, we also don't have an axe, and that's what the military and the twins need. Dolores has barely any strength left. Okay, I said... So yesterday... Okay, I said feed Dolores. Actually, we have water, so we will give you water. Or we will feed Timmy. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. Remember him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astra Citizen. Sure, let's give him a water bottle. I don't think he gave us anything useful. We are generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient! A working space station, what a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. Okay, I said feed Timmy. So starvation, okay, water Timmy. Where will be water Timmy? We felt like something was staring at us from the corner of the shelter. We think it's a rat. At least, it looks like a rat. A rat on a very good diet. We decided we need to do something about it, or, to put it more bluntly, it's either him or us. Why can't Sherikov take care of it? Sherikov can... If the rat is really an issue, Sherikov will just play with it until it gets annoyed and leaves. I mean, the thing is, like, cats getting rid of rats is very hit or miss, because it's up to the cat to actually want to do something about it. And you know how cats are. You know how cats are. Like, if they don't personally think the rat's the problem, the rat's just gonna stay there. Is that Mary Jane? She survived? Wait, Kitty's... Okay, Kitty's up there. Mary Jane frickin' survived? What the heck? Please have an axe, dear. No axe. Okay, as we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit in through one of those little holes? Nothing. It's a shame Sherikov didn't decide to do something about the rat, but... Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the service. Government is dropping supplies for survivors in the area. They are marked by smoke flares and can easily be seen, but most of them are barely reachable. Despite that, a lot of them were already ransacked by scavengers. How did they do that? One of the food drops broke in midair, and now it's raining soup. Luckily for us, a few cans survived the fall. Plus 2 soup cans. Some crates were filled with very weird stuff. Why did they drop a crate full of rubber ducks? At least one of the smaller crates had a few water bottles in it. Plus 2 water. Ooh! A gun and a radio! A bunch of folks were having a gunfight over several crates of dropped supplies. One group emerged victorious and chased off their opponents. One of the guns from the fight was left behind. Our neighbors from another shelter gave us a radio. They said they found it in one of the dropped crates, but they already had a working radio. That scout handbook was really useful. Too bad we lost it during the expedition. Minus 1 scout handbook. Oh crap, we're gonna get bandits now. Our little trip to the service might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think I said water Timmy. Okay, we're gonna water Timmy because he's dehydrated. Fatigued, hungry, sick, tired. Fatigued, hungry, fatigued, sick. We're gonna give her food. Okay, we're gonna write down, don't give any of them anything tomorrow. Fatigued, hungry, fatigued, sick, hungry. mad scientist has asked for one of us to join him in his lab for an experiment that's apparently vital to his project. We don't really know what to expect, but he says it has for research on wasteland diseases. Is this something we want to take part in? Who's the best one to survive a mysterious and potent... Mary Jane, she's already sick. Let's send her, but she's already sick. We don't really know what to expect, but he says it has for research on wasteland diseases. Is this something we want to take part in? Who's the best one to survive a mysterious and potentially dangerous experiment? The reason I say Mary Jane is she's already sick, so maybe this could cure her. Yeah. Okay, at least we have the gun, so I think we should be able to survive 2 attacks because of the gun and the lock. Okay. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Our volunteer has temporarily left the shelter to help build a badass rocket that we can all use to get out of the wasteland. Let's hope we're not just wasting our time. Okay. So I didn't see to do anything to them today. So she's... Okay, so feed Dolores. Feed Dolores tomorrow. Don't think we can send anyone else outside yet. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out from the wall revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check the hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Please don't make Dolores sick, but yes. Oh crap, what's that? Why did it sound like an electrocution sound? That's the radio! The radio's broke again. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the darn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. -1 radio. Dolores has barely any strength left. Okay, I said feed Dolores. Let's water her too. Just because it's like I don't want to accidentally scrub. A coded note was left on our doorstep. It's all symbols and numbers, some sort of cipher that will need to be cracked before we read the letter. Dolores seems eager for this challenge. However, it's hard to tell how long this could take her, and it could prove to be a waste of her time. Should she keep herself busy with it? Yes. We made it to day 60. Let's try and keep her alive. Oh, why do I hear radio static if the radio's dead? Dolores instantly sat down with the code and started working on it with a purpose. She looks very focused. Let's hope the note is worth staying up all night. Dolores looks very tired already. Okay. So, hungry, tired. Fatigued, thirsty, starvation. So, feed Timmy tomorrow. Yes. Oh crap, we don't have the gas mask! We need that darn axe. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. We don't have the gas mask, though. We needed it for water, so the least we could do was take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. Yeah, cards are... Let's do the map over the cards. MJ looks even worse for wear. Like, was she this bad before? She looks really injured. The weird man tried to make us buy fried cockroaches on a stick, covered in some mysterious... Is this a reference to Fallout, or were those... What is the word for the gecko creature in that? Okay. What is the fried food in Fallout 2? trying to figure it. Sorry, I'm like Googling something real quick. Oh, I think I'm thinking of iguana on a stick. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of iguana on a stick. Huh. I thought there was a specific word in the Fallout universe, but I'm trying to remember what it is, and I don't want to spend any more time like looking it up. Okay. So the weird man, so it's not, so in Fallout I think it's iguana on a stick, not cockroaches on a stick. The weird man tried to make us fried cockroaches on a stick, covered in some mysterious sauce. These snacks looked pretty disgusting, so we turned them down. But we bought something else from him. He looked a bit disappointed, so we sold cards for a map. Mary Jane is back with a really weird look on her face. She refuses to say what she saw. Poor thing. Well, she was already sick, so that's why I decided that she's the best one to send. Mary Jane is quite hungry. If we don't cure Mary Jane soon, oh dear. We can't ignore her wounds. We don't have a med kit. Okay, today was feed Timmy. Okay. Tomorrow will be water Timmy. Mary Jane looks very fatigued, sick, hungry. Let's give her food. Okay. Fatigued, hungry, tired. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. Okay, we're gonna send Timmy out. We will send Timmy out. Okay, sending Timmy out is risky, yes, but we're gonna send him. Food, water, food. No, we're not gonna eat the fungi. Yeah, she is not doing well. Mary Jane is not doing well. How did Mary Jane... I think that's the insanity debuff. Is that from going to the doctor? Going to the mad scientist? Or is that from staring at a dead body for a bunch of days? So we may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Okay. You're still... I thought the cat was supposed to discourage insanity. Okay, let's feed you. Okay. We're sending him out. Let's send him with a harmonica. I think that's a weapon, right? Okay, in the game, I think that constitutes as a weapon. Day 64. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Are there any equipment harmonica. Aren't there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? Mary Jane still acts quite peculiarly, not the happy, bright young lady she used to be. Well, considering that she just went to help some mad scientist with an experiment and he didn't want to talk about what she saw, it's like, I don't know what she saw. It could be really messed up. She's probably not doing well, additionally, because she's been wounded and ill and there's nothing we can give her because we don't have a med kit. So, like, I'm sure that it's perfectly logical that she would not be in the best state of mind, considering all that the poor dear creature has gone through. She's no energy for anything. Okay, let's just give them both. Okay, I know that I don't have to give that to her today, but I want to for peace of mind. Let's give her water. We still don't have an axe, so we can't do the twins ending. It's unfortunate, but we don't have any tools, and we can't just chop wood with our bare hands. No matter how determined we are, we had to refuse. No, there are no drugs we could give Mary Jane. We have no med kit. We can't give her anything for her illness. Okay, fatigued, hungry, fatigued, sick, tired, hurt, crazy. So, yeah. Don't need to give either of them anything. Enough of this plain, tasteless water. Dolores is really craving a cup of coffee. Real, true, blue American coffee. The kind that you can drink 5 cups and still feel sleepy. But where are we going to find that in this wasteland? Well, Dolores' favorite diners used to be a few blocks away. Maybe someone should go on a coffee run. But who? Maybe Dolores? Why do I keep getting messages? Oh, just a second. Sorry. Yeah, let's send Dolores out because she's the one who wants coffee. If she dies, well... Oh, knocking? Please be something good. Okay, Dolores is back. Timmy's still gone. Okay, great. We got... Oh my gosh, they actually have coffee. Hey, Libertarian God, welcome to my stream. I'm streaming a game called 60 Seconds. It's a post-apocalyptic survival game. So, great. We got a whole pot of cold coffee. I didn't know you could actually get that. I thought, like, when InSim does this particular thing, he, like, never gets the actual coffee. So great. We got a whole pot of cold coffee. The taste is weird, and we don't have any sugar or milk to give it flavor, but it'll do. It's a step up from the bland, slightly irradiated water we've been drinking. The pot only held a few cups worth of coffee, and we gulped it all down in mere minutes. All of us are very alert and ready for anything. For the next 5 minutes or so, anyway. Oh, I love caffeine. I love caffeine. I love black tea, but coffee's good too. No, there's nothing we can give Mary Jane. Aren't there any drugs we could give Mary Jane? No, because we don't have a med kit. Mary Jane isn't mentally stable. She seems to have lost the ability to reason normally. She's rested, and her wounds are looking terrible. That's bad. Her wounds looking terrible is bad. So she's fatigued, hungry. She is fatigued, sick, crazy, and in agony. Oh, crap. I think agony is the point where you can die at any time. So that is not good. But I'm glad that Dolores is not thirsty, considering that she just drank coffee. That's good. What we initially thought was thunder turned out to be heavy knocking on the door. Someone either hates that door or is very determined to have someone answer it. Should we open the door? This is either bandits and we die, or it's good. I think it could be the scientist. Wait. Who's that? Who's that? I think we just won. That isn't bandit, so I think we just won. Okay, so we got... Did Timmy live? Did Timmy live? At least Mary Jane and Dolores will live. And the scientist and the cat, he's reunited with his cat. Okay. I think this is so good because the axe was needed for both the twins and the military in this run, and there was no way I was ever going to get another axe. So it is so lucky that we had not only one, enough water to give the scientist the 4 water he needed, because that was really close. But 2, that I can't remember if it was the trader or the Girl Scouts, but someone came and gave us the option to trade the gas mask for 4 water. And if we didn't have that, we would have died. Like, we would have died. So, yeah. The crazy bastard, the crazy bastard is sending us towards the stars. Who knows if we'll reach our destination? To be fair, we're not sure what our destination is. The doc didn't tell us that. He kindly offered to take care of our shelter until we're back. Where we're going, we don't need journals, so we decided to leave our notebook behind. Whoever reads this last entry wishes luck. We hope to be back one day with tales of great wonder and lots of soup. Mary Jane is still rather sick. Mary Jane still isn't completely sane. It fills us with worry, but there's not much we can do. Mary Jane can take a lot, but her wounds are looking terrible. We need to do something. Can we spare water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Dolores has not eaten for a while. If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. We held out for 67 days. Or is that 61 or 67? I can't quite tell. Here's the thing. This is very vague about what happened to Timmy, because Timmy, it wasn't clear if he was coming back or not. So day 1, all of us are safe. Day 3, Spider-Man. Day 5, silent is the grave. Day 7, the world is on fire. Day 9, made contact with the military. Day 10, nuclear fallout has gone. Day 11, you reap what you sow. Day 11, Ted died of dehydration because I screwed up and didn't give him water when he needed it. Day 13, an unexpected call. I mean, the thing is that we would never have been able to have enough water for the scientist to be able to get an ending if Ted had lived. I mean, honestly, if we had not sent Timmy with the axe and had sent him with a gun instead at one point, would have had the axe and we could have gotten the twins or the military ending potentially. So, okay, day 11, Ted died of dehydration. Day 13, an unexpected call. Day 14, radio sessions. Day 16, happy birthday, Mary Jane. Day 17, radio sessions. Day 18, fresh eats. Day 19, lost in the neighborhood. Day 19, the fine arts. Day 21, radio sessions. Day 22, soup thief. Day 23, reunited. Day 26, widow's mite. Day 27, call of the wild. Day 28, left the army a message. Day 29, it's out of the bag. Day 30, secrets of the shelter. Day 31, the signal. Day 33, afraid of splinters. Day 34, following the trail. Day 35, innocence preserved. Day 36, is Ned safe? Day 37, great expectations. We did a lot of things this run. Day 37, bus station. Day 38, missed out on a lumberjack career. Day 41, runaway. Day 42, door-to-door sales. I think we did something that day. Or at least I can't remember what day the thing for the, what's it called? What day the gas mask trade was, because that gas mask trade of 4 water for the gas mask like literally saved our game. It literally saved our game. We were so lucky because we were really close to being completely locked out of an ending. So we were extremely lucky to have enough water to give to the doctor. Oh, thank you so much, Libertarian God. That's just so sweet of you. That's so sweet of you. I think I briefly talked about it earlier in the stream, but I am part of, let me look this up real quick, what the name of it is, because it's this really long, confusing name. I'm part of the Use Your Weight podcast radio show. I play Tempest Wilson in that, and I have like auditioned for quite a few voice acting things. So, like I am trying to do voice acting. I enjoy it, but like I'm not some like fancy professional yet. Yeah. Okay, day 42 was door-to-door sales. Day 43, afraid of splinters. Day 43, the dock. Day 45, the cookie business. Day 45, visited a bar. Day 48, missed out on a lumberjack career. Day 50, innocence preserved. Day 51, every bullet counts. Day 51, our house 60 seconds later. Day 52, research assistance. Day 54, atomic ant farm. Day 55, afraid of splinters. Day 56, traders be trading. Wait, I think... Which one was the one where we got the water? Either way. Day 56 was Traders Be Trading. Day 57, Be the Future. Day 58, Ratatouille. Day 58, someone followed us. We were so lucky we didn't get attacked by raiders. Day 58, Government Aid. Day 59, Lab Rats. Poor Mary Jane. Day 60, Something Smells Worse Than Us. Day 61, The Code. Day 62, CMOTD. I forget what that stands for. Day 63, Alternative Diet. Day 63, Mary Jane went nuts, which I think that's a little bit derogatory of a term, but it's Mary Jane got the crazy debuff. So day 65, afraid of splinters. Day 66, coffee run, which actually turned out to have coffee for once. Day 67, reach for the stars. What I want to know is, did Timmy live? Your fate remains unknown. So I guess what that tells me, since the thing is crashed there, is, sorry, my nose is like running. What that tells me is that we don't know what happens to them, because we don't know. What I presume is that it crashed, and that, to me, that says that Dolores and Mary Jane probably died in a crash. And I don't know if Timmy ever managed to make it onto the rocket. That's the thing. I don't know if Timmy made it onto the rocket or not because he was out and about. But days survived 67, water consumed 9.25, soup consumed 11.5, times defended your shelter 0. And I think typically you need less food than water, except I kept trying to keep the sick people fed because I think they have to be fed to have a chance to heal on their own. Successful expeditions were 5 of 5. I wonder if that counts, like, okay, items brought from expeditions 18, no decisions 5, yes, decisions 8. But it doesn't tell me, like, how many people survived there, so I don't know if Timmy made it back or not. Like, if he ever made it back from that last expedition. We'll pretend he did. For all injuries ranging from paper cuts to decapitations. At this point, my voice is starting to get a bit tired. I've played 2 full playthroughs of this game now, and we're getting close-ish to 4 hours. We're at about 3 minutes, 45 seconds. That does include the times that I've taken breaks. But I think I'm at the point where I'm like, I think I'm just going to call it good on 60 seconds for the day, since we did complete 2 runs. The first one had 2 people survive, Mary Jane and Dolores, and the second one had Mary Jane and Dolores for sure make it to the rocket. It's unclear what happened to Timmy since he was, as far as we knew, still alive on an expedition when the doctor, sorry, I don't know if I'm going to call him doctor, but when the scientist came. And so it's very unclear if they actually lived or not. And it's very unclear if the rocket crashes or not. So either way, we completed 2 games that didn't end in a, like, hey, all the adults are dead ending. So that's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. I think this was a really fun game. Honestly, I'd be interested in playing this again sometime. I feel like with the randomness of the game, it does have quite a bit of replayability. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out my stream of 60 seconds. And I hope you all have a very happy day.